guys. I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
Good morning, everybody. What is up? It is your boy, Stephen D., and this is the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. What is up, everybody? I am your host, none other than the one and only Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Stephen D. SKPL. We got a little bit of the rundown for you, then we're going to get right into the show today. Expect to have a really, really good time today. We're going to hang out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited, and I'm glad you are here, too. So thank you for joining me this morning. Hey, you can follow Miami Sports Music on all social media at Miami Sports Music or on Twitter at MIA Sports Music. Also, if you want, you can also, on your way in, hit the like button. There's 29 of you all in here. You all are growing. Add 20 likes. Let's get 9 more likes. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Let's go. Also, hey, look, if you want to sign up and become a member today, there are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. I would love to see you sign up and become part of the, y'all ready for it? Family. Sign up today, become a member of the family. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. We got a big, big year coming up, and we want you a part of it. So make sure y'all do that, okay? Make sure you sign up today, become a member of the channel. Do all that fun stuff because you know what? We can't do it without your help. So make sure you do that. All right. Also, hey, look, if you can, donate to the channel. Donate to the channel. It's free. Actually, it's not free. If you want to donate to the channel, I'm sorry. It's morning. Just woke up not too long ago. I was up till 4 a.m. this morning trying to make sure everything was set up for this week and taking notes and kind of slept through the alarm this morning. I apologize. My tardiness, it's shameful. I understand. I apologize. Okay? But understand, I'm trying to make the show better for you, and we got a big season coming up, and I'm going to be revamping some stuff for the football season. Not anything big, just making the show better. And I think you guys are going to like the changes. I'm going to make the announcements hopefully next week or the week after. So just trying to lock some things down for the year, which I think you're going to like. It's going to be good stuff. So if you want to help the channel grow by donating, because it goes such a long way into helping the channel grow, a couple of different ways you can do that. You guys can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $ below the bottom of the chat. That's a big deal. You guys can also use Cash App, which is $MSM Podcast Network, or you can use the QR code that you see on the screen there. Or if you want, you can also use PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network. What did Cruz Ruiz say? Your tardiness is the fabric to the show. If you were ever on time, I'd unsubscribe and hit the dislike button. Cruz, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Cruz. You're making me feel a little bit better. Thank you. Shout out to you. That was a good one. Hey, if you can, donate to the channel, help the channel grow. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show, ZSM Sports. If you need all your sports memorabilia needs, autographed, Zachary Ever, and ZSM Sports is the place to be. Make sure you go follow them on all social media platforms. And then make sure you go follow Tailgreeter, TAILGREETER. Make sure you check them out today. Okay? Hey, look, download the app. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Tailgreeter is absolutely amazing. And I know the football season isn't quite here yet, but that doesn't mean the tailgate never stops. Okay? So make sure you download the free app on your current Apple or Android device and follow Tailgreeter on social media at TAILGREETER. And make sure you're doing that because the Baltimore Beatdown 2022 is going. It's in full effect, and I want you all there. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Baltimore Beatdown, Dolphins, Ravens, second week. If you guys haven't done so already, hey, man, come on now. Make sure y'all do that. That's a big deal. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay? Okay. Now that we got all that out the way, let me say hello to everybody in the chat this morning. That's the first thing I want to do. Level 2 Noob asked, does ZSMN had an autograph from Zach Wilson's mom's best friend? That's a crazy story, isn't it? That's such an unreal story. And then, Zach's getting kind of praised on social media. Unbelievable story. Nishan says, I always bring the daily Marlins update, and that's free. We contribute to Steven's cause here. Los Marlins! They need to win some baseball games, bro. Because losing to Pittsburgh ain't the way to do it. I can tell you that right now. May I request a Bohemian mod? Rent sure my island. You got to be a member of the show. Sign up. Become a member today. Okay? If you want to be a mod, then and I will tell you, even if you're a member, doesn't mean that you're always going to stay a mod. Because I've been very tight with the mods lately. But if you want to be a member, I will at least give you temporary mod status and see how you work the mods. But you got to sign up and become a member of the channel. That's the first thing you got to do. Okay? So do that, and then we can go from there. That's what we need from you. Sign up, become a member today. Who else is in the chat this morning? Let me say hello. Level 2 Noob is in here. He says, I hit the dislike button because I'm a rebel. Yes, you are. We know. Mark K. What is up, Mark K? Love you, brother. Vaughn954. Corey Walker's in the building. Flipside Fishing. Pamela. Miami Sports Music. Good morning. Bones is in here. Mark K says, we missed you yesterday. I know. I won't be here next Monday. I'm just going to let you all know. Now, when training camp starts, I'll be back every Monday. Okay? Mondays aren't done forever. Just trying to take it one day at a time here in the slow season. SWAT Shot says 9:15. Yeah, I started even a little bit later than that. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Knock Nick, who's there? Not Steven. Trucker Sean. Wow. Philip Peak is in here this morning. Who else I got up in here this morning? Geez Louise, I've already drank my coffee and taken my morning. You know what? You slacking, Stephen D. Just messing with you. Ryan AP is in here. Let's see here. Kane's 1989. Omar Brown's Cap for Life. Raul. Am I missing anybody? Concrete. Hey, Stephen D. Fins fan. Won't be able to watch due to training. Wanted to stop by and show love. See, that's real. I appreciate that, Concrete. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Big Time 666. Big Dougie B is in the building. Word of mouth. Let me know, because Bahamas region don't allow us to super chat members or Cash App, Venmo, nothing. Man, really? Nothing? It's a region thing. All right, I'll have to look into it. I'll look into it. I'll see about giving you temporary mod status. You have to apply, though. It's like getting a visa. I don't know. We'll see. Best morning show right here. I appreciate it. Miss Fins, what's up, Miss Fins? How are you? All right, so look, a lot of stuff went down over the weekend. Actually, not a lot of stuff went down over the weekend. Just more of a lot of, the Dolphins news cycle starting to kind of ramp up a little bit, right? So today we're gonna talk about Mike Gesicki's contract update, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on that, because I have some clear. I'm gonna give you two different ways to kind of look at that, and I want to get your point of view on that. The other thing is I want to. There was some things about the Waddle interview on it needed to be said that stuck out for me that I want to kind of point to for you guys to be like, that's interesting, Stephen, and see how that might play out throughout the season. So there's definitely a few things I want to do here. So we'll have to take a look. We'll have to take a look and find out, shall we? All right, Miami Sports Music's number one Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. First thing we're going to talk about this morning is Mike Gesicki, okay? Mike Gesicki contract extension. So Mike Gesicki was tagged early in the offseason. He's set to make about $10.9 million under the terms of the franchise tag, okay? But that doesn't mean but that also means that there is a contract extension that he can sign, okay? Now, just to kind of give you an example of where the Dolphins are at, compared to other things that are going on. Two other tight ends have been tagged this year, David Njoku and the Browns, but they reached an agreement on a 4-year deal worth about $54 million. Now, Gesicki is better than David Njoku, in my personal opinion. Okay, so he would demand more money than that on the open market. But Dalton Schultz is in the same boat as Gesicki heading into the final week of negotiations. So there's one more week left. I think July 15th, if I'm correct. Yes, July 15th is the date that if you don't sign a contract extension, you're playing the year on the franchise tag or you're not playing at all. So I'll say, he signed his tag. He's going to play. Now, Gesicki signed his tag, so he'll likely be at training camp, even if there's a late push doesn't result in a new contract. Now, in addition, Gesicki and Solch, Bengal safety Jesse Bates, and Chiefs tackle Orlando Brown are also currently set to play under the franchise tag. Okay, so I have to admit a few things. Number one, the way that the Miami Dolphins did this offseason, I think that it was a statement. And it was a statement to the fans to a certain extent to say, hey, look, we'll spend money even on people that have been here before. Right? And I think that that's going to be important to know moving forward. Because here's the thing. When you were a free agent of another football team over the past 20 years, you were like, well, I could go to Miami. I can get a 2 or 3 year deal or a 3 or 4 year deal. They'll pay me, whatever. If you were on the Dolphins and you were a star player, you weren't re-signing here. That was a gimme. Point blank. Like, there's no arguing that. That's exactly what happened over the last 25 years here. If you were a current Miami Dolphin, you were not getting a contract extension or that just wasn't going to happen. You were going to play out your contract and then they were going to send you shipping somewhere else because they weren't willing to pay you what the market demanded at that time. So I have to admit that I was very surprised when I heard Mike Gesicki getting the franchise tag, because I was like, well, look, they have a guy in Hunter Long that they don't exactly know what they feel like they have yet. And then I'm telling you all right now, I have been a fan of this guy since day one he stepped in the building. I think he's underappreciated. I don't know if we've ever really gotten a chance to see what he's able to do, but Durham Smith, that guy's a beast. And if Gesicki was to not play for the Dolphins this year for whatever reason, which he will, by the way, I just want to throw that out there. He will. Durham Smith would have one big monster contract year. He would. There's no doubt about that, in my opinion. Now, with all that being said, I need y'all to understand something. Gesicki playing at a $10.9 million contract extension or franchise tag, puts him as top 3 highest paid tight end in the league, if I'm correct. Is Mike Gesicki a top 3 tight end in the league? Well, in terms of production value, we're going to say no, he's not. Now, in terms of star power and what he brings talent-wise, there's only really one that I can think is better than him, and that's Darren Waller. Darren Waller, hands down, is a star player who's somebody who can get on the field, make changes, and do that, right? And then there's Kelsey, so that's 2. Am I missing anybody? So you put Kelsey and Waller above Gesicki. I don't know, like Kittle. Again, I'm going to want to see how Kittle plays out this year without Mike McDaniel, because I think Kittle is a product of a great offense that was set up in San Francisco. Personal opinion, right? That's kind of how I see it. Now, Andrews is somebody else, Nashawn says, let's go. 10 exciting plays by week 5, worthy of ESPN. Any bets? I told you Gesicki was our ship for future 2nd and 4th next year from a team like the Cardinals. I said it. Jared Cook Color says, no, I don't think so. So look, here's the point though. In my opinion, he's arguably and debatable top 5 tight end in the league, right? Nobody's going to sit here and deny top 5. I think personally he's top 3. So according to his contract, I think he's worth $10 million a year. Let's call a spade, right? I think he's worth it. Now, with that being said, there's a couple of things that I need people to think, because I saw Level 2 Noob said Gesicki gone by midseason. When was the last time? When was the very last time you saw the Miami Dolphins organization make a trade, whether it's to trade somebody away or to get somebody in the building at the trade deadline? Haven't done it. And I'll tell you, with that comment, Level 2 Noob, if that is the case, it means things went horribly wrong in Miami. I'm going to tell you that right now. It means things went horribly wrong in Miami, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Blue One Virus says Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, yeah, maybe is better than Gesicki. But, and I want to throw this out there, like, Kyle Pitts is also not, I don't think he's a true tight end. I think he's a better receiver. He can play from the wide receiver, but it's a whole other story. So you still can say arguably top 5 tight end, right? So the question is, do you seed him? Let's say this doesn't work out by 4 p.m. on Friday, right? 4 p.m. by Friday comes around Friday. We don't have him signed to a long-term deal. What does that look like for the Miami Dolphins? Well, I can tell you that Level 2 Noob says, no, it doesn't. It means Gesicki has value and you have death behind him, making him expendable. You're overreacting. I don't, if that's how they feel, but Level 2 Noob, here's my pushback to you on that. If that's how they felt, they never would have franchise tagged him. They would have said, see ya, we'll use that $10 million elsewhere this year. You don't think so? You don't think that they would have used that $10 million elsewhere? If that's how they truly felt, they never would have bothered signing him in the first place. Or franchise tagging him, excuse me. I love Durham Smythe. I think Durham Smythe is undervalued. We don't know what we have in Hunter Long. But let me tell you, those are 2 question marks because we just don't know. So because we just don't know, you go out and get Gesicki. And you say, look, we're not ready to make that long-term investment into you yet, but we need you here for another year until we figure out what we have. Basically, that's what they're saying. Bernard Simset says, I think they did it to save money. That's another theory, and that's another plausible theory. Because I think right now at the $10.9 million price tag, he's worth it. He's worth every penny. So if you're looking at that, you have to understand, okay, where does Gesicki fall in line as top tight end in the league? Well, he's arguably top 5. Okay, well, you know, with this offense here, is he going to get production value? Well, we saw what George Kittle did in Mike McDaniel's offense in San Fran. I think you said he wants to deal with Smythe because they're both buddies, and I think he wants to sign and stay with his buddy Smythe. I think that's part of the deal. I have never seen a player in the history of the Miami Dolphins using the franchise tag sign their letter of their franchise tag intent letter, whatever it's called. I've never seen a player sign it as quickly as Gesicki did. He's like, okay, fine. Didn't even hesitate. And I have to tell you, I was very interested to see what he would have demanded on the market. Because I do think the way that everything was set up for tight ends right now, he could have gotten the biggest deal of all time for a tight end on the open market. There's no doubt in my mind he would have gotten that this offseason. Now, do I think he's going to get that now? That depends. If you're looking at Level 2 Noob's point of view, you're going to say, well, the Dolphins understand that he's valuable. But if through week 8, and we're distributing the ball every which way to Sunday because nobody's going to, again, I truly think Jaylen Waddle's numbers are going to go down this year, not because at minimum his completion or like his completions are going to go down. Because the way this offense is going to be designed, the way that I see it, is it's going to be fed to everybody. Okay? Everybody's going to get a shot. Raheem Mostert, doesn't matter who's in the backfield, Gesicki, Smythe, Easy-E, Cedric Wilson. I haven't even brought up Jaylen Waddle and Tyreek Hill yet. And that's still, you also have to realize they're going to run the ball. I'm talking about passing. And you have to admit one of the biggest weaknesses for Gesicki, straight up, is blocking. So, I don't know how this ends for Miami because the wild card factor in all this is I don't know if Miami's ever been in a position like this where I'm going to say it. Like, I think Miami holds normally when a player gets franchise tagged, it's like, well, the player's like, well, hey, look, I'm going to play again where I've been playing at previously. I'm just going to get paid in the top 3 of my position. The other thing that was crazy to me when Gesicki signed is he didn't fight the wide receiver. Because you could have went to an arbitrator and said, look, they're trying to get me to sign this as a tight end, but I play a majority of my snaps from what if you go back and look, and this has been done. I want to say Reason actually has mentioned this multiple times on his channel. I could be wrong, but I think he said that it's like 60+% of the snaps Gesicki plays, maybe even more than that, is from the wide receiver position, not from the tight end. So is Gesicki somebody that all of a sudden going to be this guy that's going to be a star for years to come in Miami? I think that will depend on how the first 8 weeks go. I think we'll know in the first 8 weeks. But I have to be perfectly honest with you and tell you I don't, Flounder Pounder said it's upper 80%. Yeah, see? There you go. It's even more than 60. Mike G and his agent know what's up, Stephen D. The cap is supposed to be going up next year, and he's playing the long game. That's fine. So let's take this, for example. He's taking a risk, too. He signs the contract extension, maybe gets 8 touchdowns this year, 700 yards. Now he's going to go to the market, open market, saying, I'm a top 5 tight end. Well, your numbers don't show that. He's taking a risk on this, too. Because he easily could have, A, not signed the contract tender, fought it, or the tag tender, fought it, said, I'm a wide receiver, blah, 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 blah. Could have done all that. He didn't. He signed it right away. There was no hesitation. I also think he understands what the Dolphins are about to do. So, look, IMO tight end needs to be versatile in blocking and catching. That's true. And we all admit here as Dolphin fans, what is Gesicki's biggest weakness? Blocking. Blocking is his biggest weakness. Now, is that going to change this year? We'll see. Omar Castro says 700 yards is top tight end numbers. Yeah, but is it worth the biggest contract in tight end history? Is it? I'm asking. Because if it's not, he's the one that's going to be doing that. If can't block for Miami, what he's done, period. I don't know. Here's what I expect to happen after all this talk this morning. It's going to go one of 2 ways, okay? Option A is, and this is more likely how I see it, he's going to take 500 yards this year, 7 to 8 touchdowns. Because the ball is just going to be generally passed around to everybody. There's not going to be a favorite with maybe the exception of Tyreek. Tyreek might get a majority of the catches and touchdowns, but it's not going to, like, I believe Tyreek's going to lead the lead in yak. That's just my personal opinion. And the way this offense is going to be designed. But as far as Gesicki's concerned, I think 500 plus yards and 7 or 8 touchdowns. And that's being generous. So if that's what it comes to, I think it's going to hurt his value down going to the open market. And it helps us because we can go back and say, well, Hunter, here's the other thing too, because we can easily be like, well, Hunter Long's not going to work out, right? Or here's X number contract. We want you to stay here, but at this number. And we think this is the highest you're going to get on the market based on the season that you had. Dolphins have all the cards here. It's going to go one way. Gesicki has value. The team has depth at the other position, whether they recognize a specific need or adding the capital above I. Now, the second way this goes is, I said George Kittle was a product of a system, right? Now, all of a sudden, Gesicki is blossoming in this monstrous offense that is designed for tight ends to flourish with catching touchdowns, and being somebody that is, look, you got to deal with Waddle, you got to deal with Gesicki, you got to deal with the guys in the backfield. Gesicki's going to be somebody that's going to be open by pure process of elimination. There's nobody else that's going to be able to cover him, right? So the second option I see is that he goes off and has like top 2 numbers in the league for tight end. Those are the only 2 ways I really see this going. I don't think he gets traded, at least this offseason or during the season. If he is, look, I'll eat my words, color, level 2 noob, but there's no way I see that happening. I think if they were going to do that, they never would have re-signed him in the first place. That's just my personal opinion of it. So it goes one of 2 ways. He either has top 2 production value of the league, or he has about 500 yards and 7 or 8 touchdowns. Either way, Miami's going to offer or present him with a contract next year. And it's either going to be, you know what? I was top 2 in production in the league. I want to go see what else is out there. Thank you, but no thanks. Or they're, because I don't think the Dolphins are going to give him the biggest contract. Dolphins would be crazy to give him the biggest contract. All the other contracts they have on the books, you think the Dolphins, let's say he does come out and have top 2 tight end production in the league next year. You think Miami's going to be the one to say, here you go, Mike, here's a blank check. We're going to give you the highest paid contract in NFL history for a tight end. No way. No way. Not going to happen. Dolphins have now allocated $17 million in the slot with 2 players playing the same position. Gesicki has more value as a trade chip to help roster weak spots such as center, offensive tackle, and linebacker. I love the fact that y'all think he has trade value. And I respect it to a certain extent, right? Because he does. But when was the last time you saw this franchise make a trade with a player for value for the future? In the offseason, or during training camp, or in the season. Don't worry, I'll wait. Give me an example. Give me an example of a time that the Miami Dolphins ever, give me the last 10 years, because that's really what I want. In the last 10 years, when has the Miami Dolphins ever taken a player that has trade value, gotten something for it in return that has either been helpful for moving towards the future, but they did it during training camp or the season? Devontae Parker was off season, sir, so can't say DVP. We're less than 10 days away from the opening of training camp. So unless he gets traded in the next 10 days, which he's not, it's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. Didn't we trade Tunzel during training camp? Tunzel is an exception. Yes, Tunzel. There you go. I'll give you Tunzel. But we also did, but you have to put that into context, right? We traded Tunzel and Minka, for that matter, in a gut. We gutted that team. That was a straight gut. We're going to give away all of our assets. We're going to get as much as we can moving forward in the future. So I would say that's an exception to the rule, but I did ask for one. You gave me Tunzel. I'll give you Tunzel. And I'll give you Minka, but they were a part of the same offseason, like, in my opinion. Like, they were a part of, let's gut the team. Let's get as much value as we can for him. Let's move forward. And Minka it wasn't because they wanted to trade Minka. They wanted him. He just didn't want to be here. So, look, you can say that 2019 offseason, and that's fair. I did say that, but you and I both know goodness well that was a straight gut. And that's what the Dolphins did that offseason. So if you want to use that as to your rule, that's fine. But I'm telling you right now, Gesicki will not get traded. The moment training camp starts, Gesicki's here for the rest of the year. Point blank. And if he gets traded, I'll eat my words. Tell that to Rosen. That wasn't the Dolphins. The Dolphins traded for somebody, but they traded a draft pick. I'm talking about trading a player for value. Minka is one. What'd you get out of for him? A second round pick, maybe? And what did we get for Tunzel? The world. Got the world for Tunzel. Best trade in NFL history as far as I'm concerned. It was a gut because we fleeced the Texans. That's true. I agree. Okay. So, look. That's what I think for Tua. Or for Gesicki, you can agree or disagree with me, but that's it's either going to go one of two ways. 500 yards, 7 or 8 touchdowns, or he's going to be top 2 in numbers, production for tight end in the league. Point blank. There's no in between. There's none of that. They were gutting the roster. We were gutting the roster. Mark says, Gesicki's going to light the world on fire with all the great wide receivers out there. Very plausible. Rashad said, hit that like button. Here we go. Okay. Next thing I wanted to talk to you all about today. Okay. So I watched last night. It needed to be said. The Jaylen Waddle one. Look, let me say a couple things. I think that if you are watching that to be entertained from a football standpoint, that's not what his podcast is about. So let me talk about it from a purely production standpoint. I think they've gotten better every time. I like the way they had the camera set up this time. I'm coming from a production value first. I think they're growing. I think they're learning what works for them, what doesn't. Their production, like their editing and how they release stuff, great. Top notch. And they should with the money that he's paid to have that. And if you guys want to share, I'm all ear. Because I need that too. Now, with all that being said, Tyreek in that podcast, I appreciated a few things because you don't hear it, right? Things that spoke out to me in that podcast. Number one, I like that they talked about women on the podcast and the world and the day and age and everything that we are going through as football fans with the Deshaun Watson era that we play in, right? For them to have a real conversation about women and how they approach women and how they feel, about, being young guys in the NFL. I got to admit, I'm going to say it, like, that was pretty ballsy of them to discuss that. They didn't have to. They could have left that alone. We live in a cancel culture now. So I think that's one. I appreciated them talking about that. And by the way, that's something that if those guys were to come on my channel, they're probably not talking about that. If those guys were to go on somebody else's channel, they're not having that conversation. But they're having that conversation within the context of each other. So I think that's one. The other thing, I apologize for coughing in the mic. The other thing that I thought was very interesting too, and there's a few of them here, and I'll get to the football stuff here in a minute. I'm going non-football stuff first. Is I've talked about this on my show before. We've had shows and days where I'm like, all right, guys, ask me personal stuff. For those of you who've watched my show from the beginning, I've talked about the 5 love languages. So I thought it was really cool that Tyreek Hill is somebody who's dealt with the 5 love languages and understands it and likes it and lives by it. So again, I was intrigued by that, right? So I thought that was cool to kind of hear about that. The other thing, to kind of go more towards a football standpoint, things that kind of spoke to me. Number one, position players compared to quarterbacks at Alabama. We all kind of heard what Tua said, that everything was catered to me at Alabama. I didn't have to really do anything. Like it wasn't about like everything was kind of handed to us pre-packaged form. This is what you need to do. Let's execute it. But we all know the production value that comes from position players at Alabama and how that translates to the NFL. If you're a running back at Alabama, you're probably going to have a decent NFL career. If you're somebody that plays in the secondary, you're probably going to have a decent NFL career. If you're a wide receiver, you're probably going to have a decent NFL career. So I think Jaylen Waddle, being from there, I thought it was, hey, look, there wasn't a huge position, a huge difference. He's like, there's a difference, but I was already prepared for the pros because of what everything was at Alabama for me. So to hear Tua's side of Alabama and to hear Jaylen Waddle's side of Alabama is totally two different things. But it's because they're two different positions. That's kind of what I got from that. Cruiser Reset is 4 episodes old. If you think it's horrible, go watch Joe Rogan's first podcast or Miami Sports Music's first podcast. It will get better as they continue to grow. I agree, Cruz. And I've been trying to explain that to people. That podcast just needs time to grow and develop what it's going to be. I don't think they quite know what they are yet. But I think the more Julius Collins gets involved with asking questions, which I enjoy his questions, and the more that Tyreek is somebody who, like, let's talk about the women. Let's talk about the 5. Those are things that nobody else is talking about. I want to hear about that. I'm not getting that anywhere else. That's unique. That's different. And they'll get better as time goes on. They'll learn about transition. They'll learn about certain orders they have to ask questions. It's just a time thing. And doing as many episodes as they can. They spiced it up a little, and it was still boring. Cancel him for being nothing else. You guys are too much. Okay, here's the other thing that kind of spoke to me from a football perspective. There is so much competitiveness that goes on in that locker room. They talked about Raheem Mostert, Ham, and Tyreek, all who's the fastest guy. And they talk crap to each other. That right there, that camaraderie, that I want to be better than you. That's that stuff right there that it's to be in the locker room now and to have that is something that's really good because we all know that when the season starts, I think that when McDaniel's instituting with this team, this is just a pure observational thing more than anything. Okay, is he's got to understand that there are going to be guys that their production value is going to go down. And so if you have this camaraderie in the locker room already, I think he's kind of making it look. There's going to be guys that are going to get the ball more than you. There's going to be guys that, and maybe he's not even saying it. I just think that having that in the locker room is going to be great for them. And Tyreek and Jaylen and Raheem Moses, like there's speed and we're still forgetting Cedric Wilson can run pretty fast. You know, Chase Edmonds has got some speed. Eazy-E's got some speed from Texas Tech. Like these guys are fast. Fast. This is going to be the fastest offense we've ever seen. It's going to be lightning on the field. It will be lightning on the field. Guaranteed. So I'm excited to see that. I also think the other thing that I thought was interesting, again, from a football perspective, they talked about Tua for about 5 minutes. At least that's what it was edited to. From Jaylen's standpoint, it was like, guys, I've already seen what he can do. I was with him at Alabama. I understand what he has. And now, look, we all agree there's a big difference between college football and pro. But Tyreek even said it himself on the show. He said, look, Tua doesn't get another year. This is it. You get 2 or 3 years in the NFL quarterback to flourish. If you don't do it, you're gone. Guys, Tua knows this is it. Guys, everybody around him knows this is your chance. Take it or leave it. So I think everybody, what I get from them is they're all spot on. They understand exactly what is the objective here is, which is to win. Because I think that's the culture that Tyreek's trying to help cultivate within that locker room. What I get from his podcast is, guys, I want to win a Super Bowl. We're not here to do anything else but win a Super Bowl. When he was even talking about his women, he was like, I don't go out to clubs. Right now, all my focus is I want to just get better and I want this team to come together. He even went on to say a little bit more in detail, and I quote, there's more weapons on this team than there was on the 2019 Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs teams. I'm excited. I am very excited to see what happens with this. With Tyreek being here. I think that Waddle and Tyreek look like they get along very, very well. That relationship there could be very special. And not to mention some of the other people that are in that locker room. I think Raheem Mostert staying healthy, he's going to be problems. He's going to be problems. I'm going to say it again. Raheem Mostert stays healthy, he will be a problem for the defense. And they even said, he's like, look, 5 or 6 times we've lined up together. We've seen things. It's going to be scary for defenses. Like our defense will know. Here's the other reason why I think our defense is going to be better prepared this year than they were last year for the first 5 games, right? I want you to name an offense right now that you have to line up every day in training camp and preseason and practice. What a better, there's no better team right now in the NFL, I think, that our defense has to look up to every single day. They're playing the best of the best at wide receivers. They're playing against some extreme speed in the backfield. I'm excited. I'm excited about that, boys. I don't know about y'all, but in the words of Pat McAfee, y'all boys better hammer down. Hammer down. Hammer down. That's a, I didn't say it quite like Pat. That was bad. I apologize, Pat. I won't say it no more. But I do think you guys better check your pulse and hammer down because it's going to be a fun season. And I think our defense, in watching last night, the thought came to my mind. I was like, man, if our defense is facing this every day against this offense and the speed and these players, it only helps us for those first 5 weeks. Because, I've talked to some other YouTubers, and here's the reality. If we go 2-3 in the first 5, we got a shot. We go 3-2. Woo! Heads are starting to poke up. We go 4-1. Bruh. You ain't going to be able to shut us up if we go 4-1 in the first 5. We go 5-0. We're winning the Super Bowl. That's all I'm going to say. We go 5-0. I'm saying for the rest of we're winning the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. We're winning the Super Bowl. That's what I'm going to say if we go 5-0. Now, a lot of things can go wrong in those first 5 games. But I have to admit the things that I've seen on Tyreek's podcast, he's bringing on, having guys like Tua on and Jaylen on. I think there's a relationship there already. That's something that usually doesn't happen overnight. But like Tyreek gets it. He understands it. He's a leader. Like even Jaylen kind of came in. He's like, well, last year, that was another thing that kind of spoke to me watching it was there was really no leader. Like I had to come in, do my thing. He's like, I still succeeded, but I think it's good. I think it's good when you have a veteran leadership in the locker room that can show you what to do on a day in, day out basis. I'm excited about that. And imagine, by the way, Wes Welker is somebody else that's going to be able to be that in the locker room for those guys. It's not just Tyreek. It's Wes Welker, too. You don't think Wes Welker knows exactly what needs to happen on a day-to-day basis to win a Super Bowl? Hello? Guys, it's not just Tyreek putting this thing together. It's Wes Welker, too. So, be more optimistic, y'all. I'm telling you, things look good. They look good. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching them. It's going to be fun seeing this team on a day in, day out basis. And I'm excited about it. I'm truly excited about it. All right, let's get some questions. I want to answer your questions of what I kind of talked about or get your take. So if you have a take, say hashtag my take and put however you feel in the chat. If you have a question, put hashtag, ask Stephen D or hashtag Dolphin Chat. I want to hear from you. I'm going to go through some of these. All right, let me scroll up a little bit and we'll go from there. All right, where did it break up? Stephen D. Tyreek Hill is a great example of how women should be treated. He and his history of beating his pregnant girlfriend. Fine character, example is the face of the franchise. I don't want to speak of what did or what did not happen, but if that's the very first thing that you're going to, so be it, Mark. I'm telling you I'm only telling you what I have seen or what I have witnessed, which is the point of his podcast, and that's what I'm going off of. I can't tell you what happens behind closed doors. I'm not with him there. I can tell you that he personally said on the show last night, he's like, look, I've made mistakes. I did the wrong thing. But I kind of know what I need now, what I want, and where it's going. And I can tell you as somebody who did read the 5 love languages, who's a big fan of it, I know that if you're reading that, you're trying to grow as a person and evolve. And I can't speak on what happened behind closed doors. That's all I'm going to say about that. Pete's take says Tyreek Hill is causing all this drama on Tua and putting that pressure on him. Really? I can't agree with you there, Pete. Stephen D. Tyreek simply needs to shut up. He came to Miami to get the bag, and now he has to let those leg issues that came up in Kansas City this year start to recut in Miami. Mark, I've never seen you this, you're a Bills fan. I get it, but you've never been this negative. We tried telling y'all it's 3 years or bust for a quarterback drafted 5th overall. Tua time is ticking. I don't disagree with that, Cap for Life. Cruisery says, Pete, you're reaching, bro. I have to disagree completely. There is nothing he has done or said that's even remotely constitute Tyreek as being a locker room problem. I would agree with that. Everything that I've seen has been this guy is somebody who's leading the, he even said, he's like, dude, he DM'd me. He tried to get my phone number. He brought me in. He's He's somebody like there's already like he's already showing leadership where there is none. I ain't mad at it. If anything, he's presenting himself as a true leader and ideal teammate. Sure is. Love Two Noob said, I wish I could put on the blinders on simply because of words. I'll wait until it happens on the field before I become obnoxious. That's fine. But I'm telling you, let them go 4-1, 5-0. You're not gonna shut me up. They go 3-2. I'm gonna talk my talk a little bit at 3-2. I personally love that they signed a couple of decent fullbacks to force the run on defenses and possibly add passing to the fullback like Marino used to do. You know, another thing that look, I have to say, seeing what can happen from Alec Ingold, he can also play from the tight end position blocking. So he could be an extra blocker out there. Tyreek has been a top wide receiver on the field for years. Where are you getting this narrative from, Pete's take? It's all good on paper for now until it's proven on the field before you give any credit to any player or coach. That's fine. You could tell Waddle and Hill wanted to fight during the podcast. They locker room drama, Pete's takes. That's how I feel Pete's saying it. Hashtag my take, Dolphins going to get smashed by the Browns. That's fine. I disagree with that. Was there real tension in the interview with Hill and Waddle? No, there was not. Where are y'all getting that from? He never would have done the interview if there was real drama there, y'all. Never. He wouldn't have. Tyreek's podcast is the equivalent to Tua. We both hope it gets better. Pressure buzz types. Creepy. Wow. Bro, why is everyone being so negative? I'm all I've seen up here is negativity for the most part. I'm trying to find some positive or optimistic people here. Stephen D. Mark is still sour about the whole Bills not being able to stop Tyreek. That's true. I will agree. Ask Stephen. Tyreek explained to Waddle that love does not come from a woman or a man. It comes from within and dedication to your craft. The right one will come. Love is justice. And truth, what are your thoughts? Well, very good question, Deshaun. Look, I have read the 5 languages of love. I am somebody that truly believes in it. For somebody who has been through what I've been through, in my personal life, and I've talked about it on the show before, and my wife has stuck with me through everything, all the ups and downs. So I would say that it does come from the person that you marry. I think that's part of it. I think if that person's willing to see through character defects and stuff like that, I think that is big. And also, love is what you put into it. And I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that from what I have heard and what I've heard rumors from Tyreek, like we've all heard off-field drama with him, right? We've heard about that. But what I heard from his show about it, I think that there's big growth there. He's growing. And that's all you want to do as a person, no matter what your mistakes are, good, bad, or indifferent. Egregious or not, I feel like you should be able to learn from your mistakes and get better and be a better person. And what I heard from Tyreek on the show is that he is, and look, I just want everybody to be a better person. Thou shalt not judge. I'm not going to sit here and judge the man based on past actions. What only thing I can judge now as a YouTuber, as a content creator, is what I see. And what I see is somebody who is showing leadership, somebody that I see that wants to put in the work and dedication, and somebody that I see based on that particular, topic when it comes to women, like he knows what he wants, he knows what he doesn't want. Not mad at it. No, it's not going to get better. The Dolphins editing and content control team is not going to let it get better. I don't disagree or agree with you. I'm indifferent on that. Why can't Tyreek talk? The man was a leader in Kansas City And I know Mahomes isn't. Who is he right now because of him? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. It's not negative. It's the same crap for over 20 years. Is it, though? Is this the same crap we've seen for 20 years? I don't think that it is. I don't remember the Dolphins ever having an offseason like this. We've won off seasons before. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying we haven't, right? We've had big off seasons, but not like this. Have we seen multiple players from our current roster get re-signed and get rewarded with contracts? Nope. Jerome Baker was the first one that I saw that I can remember like that, or, in recent history that comes to mind. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it doesn't happen often. And then to see Emmanuel Ogbah get the bag and Mike Gesicki potentially get a chance to get they're betting on players that they have in the locker room here, and that's a big deal to me. So, Andres, I disagree. I don't think this is the same crap we've seen for 20 years. But to level 2 Noob's point, let's see how it plays out on the field before I give it a final, this is work or not working. But, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Suedo Spike says, better chance of 0-5. What did Tyreek Hill do in Kansas City is over. He needs to do something as a Dolphins. It's July 12th, Pete. Allow for it to happen. Pamela says 3-5 with that front schedule would be awesome. Tyreek Hill as a Dolphin has 0-0-0-0-0 stats. Never forget that. Stephen D., you never talked about how you would feel if we started 0-5. How would you feel and what changes need to be made? Well, I think the changes that needed to be made are already there. If we started 0-5, God forbid, and God, I hope that does not come to fruition. I hope that is not the case. But let's play out your theory, or your example here. I don't want to say your theory, your example in this question. If the Dolphins start 0-5, it'll be a rough year. It'll be a very rough year to do Dolphins content. It'll be a very rough year for a lot of things. I don't want to think about them going 0-5. I am too shy. I don't even want to think about it. I don't. Because right now, I don't think that's where they're headed. But I don't even want to think about it. All right. We're sitting here talking about a lot of different topics with the Miami Dolphins this morning. I'm about to bring somebody in who hasn't been on the show in a few weeks because he's been out and about. He's been doing his family man thing. He's been on vacation. He's usually here on Fridays. He's got about 30 minutes with us, so we're going to do a little back and forth. He's going to be a special guest here. So he's got about 30 minutes, so we're going to have a good time with it. Let me bring on my good friend, my brother from another mother, Mr. Hey, how are you?
Good morning, man. Good morning, Clockblockers crew. What's up, Stephen D?
What's going on, man? Have you been listening this morning?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Yeah, well, you haven't missed much except negativity and how, Pete says that, Tyreek is a cancer in the locker room. It's starting already out bad. We've seen takes here on the chat that say they're going to go 0-5. A lot of negativity this morning.
Listen, I love Pete. Pete's been here. He's an OG, been here from day one. But if he didn't, bitch or burp, he'd blow up. Right? But I love Pete.
I love Pete too. We all love Pete. All right. Well, let me ask you a couple things. Let's kind of rewind a little bit. First thing is, what do you see with the Mike Gesicki thing playing out? His, 4 p.m. comes up on Friday for the eligibility to get a contract extension. Do you see it happening? What are your thoughts about the Gesicki situation?
I don't see him going anywhere. I don't think, there's a trade imminent. Maybe they extend him for a couple of years. I'm not sure, but I just don't think he's going to go anywhere.
I agree with that.
And I think Coach McDaniel has made it pretty clear that he's an important piece of their offensive scheme. And, and he is, an asset to this offense, or he would be an asset to any offense. So why not the Dolphins offense? So I don't see Mike going anywhere.
All right. So my next question to you is, if he gets the contract extension, or if he doesn't get the contract extension, 4 p.m. comes and goes. He plays on a 1-year franchise tag at $10.9 million. What does he need to do this year to either stay in Miami or like, what do you see from him production wise this year with the Dolphins?
I don't know if it's so much that he has to attain certain numbers. I think he has to be an important part of the offensive scheme, and when the ball's thrown to him, make plays, and that's simple as that. It's hard to put or forecast any certain numbers on these players when number one, there's so many different assets on the offense that are new, from running backs to wide receivers, to the coaching staff, to offensive line. And we don't know what the offensive scheme really is going to look like until we see it for ourselves during training camp. So to put a certain number on his performance and what he needs to achieve, I think is unfair to everybody. I just will say that I think he needs to be an important piece of this offense, similar to the way, Kelsey is used and the other, tight ends throughout the league that are elite level.
Look, I don't disagree. So you missed it this morning. For those of you who are just coming in and listen to it now, I'll repeat myself a little bit. I think this plays out one of two ways for Mike Gesicki. Number one, and I actually think this is the more likely way, not because of who he is. I just think it's the way this offense is going to be set up and designed. My view of it is everybody's going to get a piece of this pie, and nobody, with the exception of maybe Tyreek, is going to get a majority of that pie. And so I see him having 500 yards, 7 or 8 touchdowns.
Hey, let me ask you this question. You and I've been thinking about this. Who gets more touches, Tyreek or Waddle?
Well, I've clearly said that Jaylen will not surpass or even come close to his completions that he had this past year.
Because of all the other assets that are on the
there's
field.
Just look, I mean, there's way too you have Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds in the outfield. You got Alex Ingold, who's going to play in the backfield as well as tight end, right? Like, he's going to get it. Hunter Long, he's healthy. He's going to get some touches. Durham Smythe is going to get some touches. We hadn't even got to the wide receivers yet. You know that they're going to also, by the way, I'm talking about passing. We still got to run the ball. It's not like we're passing every play. And you also have to come to the realization that they got Jaylen, Tyreek, Cedric Wilson, Easy E, and I still haven't even gotten to who's going to be in that 5, 6, and 7 wide receiver slot, whoever that may be.
Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. Like, who do you think Tyreek's going to get more touches, more targets?
Tyreek will get more targets. Tyreek will get more targets.
I think it'll be interesting to see. I think it'll be about the same.
Tyreek will lead the lead in yak this year, is my opinion.
That's fair. But as far as targets, I think Waddle will get just as many, if not more targets, because Tyreek is going to be the wide receiver one covered the most. It'll be interesting to see how Coach McDaniel uses Tyreek in this offense, whether he runs him out of the backfield, with sweeps and things as running him out of the slot. It'll be fun to watch during training camp.
Definitely. All right, so let's kind of go to Tyreek Hill's podcast. Have you checked out Tyreek Hill's latest podcast with Waddle? You obviously listened to it. All right, so you have been affiliated with Miami Sports Music now for a little over a year, and you and I have talked numerous times off air about what does the show look like? How do we make it better? I'm trying to explain to people that Tyreek is learning how to do a podcast. What this podcast looks now is not, if he keeps doing it, will not look the same way 6 months from now, a year from now. Like, my first few shows were crap compared to what I do now. And I'm sure that this show will be crap compared to what I do 6 months from now. So I'm trying to get people to understand, like, he's learning on the job when it comes to hosting a podcast and having a podcast. So there's some of the fan base that thinks, oh my God, this is such a boring thing. But I think that there are some good things about it. It's getting better, and every show has gotten better. So just from a production value, just want to get your thoughts.
I think people, not even from a production value, I think people, just a general consensus, perception of athletes, they're people too, and they have a voice, and they have every opportunity, just as we do, to get out there and talk about what's on their mind and get things off their chest. And, Tyreek Hill is no different than any one of us when it comes to, sitting behind the mic. We can't do what he does on the field, and that's what makes him special. But I think we have to remember that, he is a person just like we are, that can talk about whatever he wants to talk about, get, in his feelings and points of view. And he has every right to do so. That's how I feel about his podcast or any athlete's podcast. But secondly, the production value, just like you said, it'll get better as he gets coached and he understands, what will look good and what doesn't look good, just like you have over the years, But you still got the same microphone that you said you'd be replacing here soon. So, we all make.
Leave my microphone alone. I don't want to let it go. I'm attached to it. There's an emotional attachment to it.
Pseudo spike, man. That is my flavor saver, brother. Drinking my protein shake and that's what I got under my lip.
Okay.
Shout out to the Godfather, NorCal, man.
NorCal's in the building. Shout out to NorCal. Okay. I appreciate you saying that because I think that Bon Joe over here is like the biggest hater of the show. He says, agreed, Cameron. And he chose to talk about these topics in an extremely boring manner.
Hey, listen, like it's and as you know, Steve, and we talked about it, it's difficult to fill content, especially this time of the year, right?
It's hard. But in listening to this past episode with Waddle, I liked what he talked about when they started talking about discussing women and courting women and what they look for. That's something you won't hear NFL play. Come on, in the cancel culture we live in and the Deshaun Watson era of football that we're in, right? Like that was unique.
That's not even the most important topic we should be talking about when it comes to women and courting women. We got to be talking about Zach Wilson, the MILF hunter.
Dude, crazy stuff. I haven't even gotten to that, but for those of you who don't
I've already got t-shirts made up, man.
So Zach Wilson messed with his mom's best friend. Okay? Now, this isn't
his best friend's mom.
His mom's best friend.
His best friend's mom.
I thought it was his mom's best friend, his own mom's.
No, that's why his best friend took his ex-girlfriend.
I didn't even get into all that. The way I read it was
it's straight up page 6 drama, bro.
The girlfriend left him because he messed with his mom's best friend.
I think it's the other way around. Regardless, it's awesome. And it just puts Zach Wilson at the top of the AFC East.
Zach Wilson is the GOAT, as Tyrone Hall says.
Listen, man,
I will say the memes yesterday on Twitter were golden. Like they were golden. There was the meme of Quince and Wendy Peppercorn. That was a good one I saw yesterday. Like it
is exactly the content we need in this off season right now.
Zach Wilson's messed with my girlfriend's mom. Stacy's mom. Like, yeah, it was insane. Now what's funny is I didn't do it, but I want to reach out to what's his face? The backup quarterback there.
Mike White.
I want to reach out to Mike White's dad and just be like, so not bringing your wife to any football games this year, huh?
Well, Mike White's dad's a lawyer, so I think he'd be equipped to handle that.
Oh my goodness, man! It was when I heard that story, it was crazy. All right, let me get back into the Waddle Tyreek podcast. So the other thing that I thought was interesting too is the leadership role that I feel like Tyreek has taken, and they even kind of, Waddle kind of pointed it out that there was nobody in the locker room last year that showed him what to do or how to do it. He kind of took it on his own account to move forward and be, the leader or separate himself as the leader. But now you have Tyreek, who clearly, based on the past few episodes that I've seen with him, look like he's that guy. Not to mention there's a guy in the building named Wes Welker, who I'm sure is also playing a leadership role and being the example for some of these younger wide receivers. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I love the fact that Tyreek has come out and taken those reins in that wide receiver room. I mean, he is, wide receiver one, and he is a veteran in this league, and he has been to the Super Bowl where none of these guys in that room have outside of Wes Welker, and I think it's fantastic you know, and it's something I didn't expect or know about Tyreek and his personality. You know, coming from Kansas City, you don't really hear about that. All you see is performance on the field. But to see his leadership and skills, and he how do I say this best? Like, he is a lot more cerebral than I gave him credit for. Again, you just see his, you know, amazing performances physically on the field. You don't, you know, we never were privy to what he did off the field or how he approached media or took a leadership responsibility in Kansas City. And I love the fact that he's doing that here.
I totally agree. Now, what do you say to some of the negativity and haters out there that are saying that he's overplaying his hand, he's doing too much, he's making it seem what it's really not, like it's an illusion in front of our eyes? What do you say to all that? Because it's baloney, in my opinion.
It is baloney. And you know what? This is what we paid this guy mega millions for. Not only what he does on the field, but to come in and be a leader. And he's doing that.
Yeah.
And you, as a true Dolphin fan, you can't be mad at any of that.
That's what I think. That's exactly how I think. Now, he also said something very specific that I thought was very interesting. This Dolphins teams, and this is Tyreek saying this, has more weapons than the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs, who won a Super Bowl. Just that statement right there. What do you think?
Well, if you look at it on paper, it does. I mean, they do, right? I mean, you go to the potentially, right? So we're going to say potentially. And a lot revolves around comparing the running back rooms between those two teams. I think in 2019, you had an ex-Dolphin running back Williams who was potentially a Super Bowl MVP or had 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. And, you know, he only played the last half of that season. So, you know, on paper, starting off, the running back room is better. You know, you got Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle. I think you can comparatively say that they're just as good, if not better, than what the wide receivers they had on paper in Kansas City for the start of the 2019 year. So, and I think the depth of this Dolphins team is much more athletic and better. I mean, you know, you got your 5th round draft pick who is a stud at Texas Tech, you know, who may or may not even make the 53. So I agree with him.
So one of the things that I had noticed, and I had mentioned a little bit right before you came on, is, you know, they're like, oh, we've only lined up 5 or 6 times with each other, right? Like, the book is still out. They haven't really had a chance to really practice with each other or play with each other. But I think one of the things that makes it interesting is we're all worried about the first 5 games of the year for us. And to me, that's going to come to, how is the defense going to play in the first 5 weeks? Can the defense practice against any better offense in the NFL than what they're going to practice on a day in, day out basis than what we have?
No. And in the old adage, you know, steel sharpens steel, right? So, yeah. You know, that's why you put the best 53 possible on both sides of the ball on the field from day one. And to your point, I think, you know, this defense is going to be so much better having to practice every day against these athletes that they never had before. Like, come on, Devontae Parker was wide receiver 1 in training camp last year.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're going to tell me that, you know, Byron Jones and Xavier Howard didn't dominate that guy? They absolutely did. But are you going to say the same this year with Waddle with experience under his? You know, he was burning those guys in training camp last year. But, you know, as he gained experience through the year, you know, his confidence is through the roof. And then you bring in Tyreek and you bring in Cedric Wilson, who could be a wide receiver 1 on many teams in this league. So, you know, I'm excited to see those battles in training camp for sure.
Mark my words. You listening? Mark my words. The Miami Dolphins are going to rout the New England Patriots in week 1. I purely, on everything in my body, believe that we are going to blow them out week 1 because of 2 reasons. Number 1, there's going to be no game film on it. How's Belichick going to he can't prepare for us. He has no idea what we are going to throw at him. And number 2, I'm just telling you right now, like it's gonna be a slaughterhouse week 1. I'm just letting you know it's gonna be a fun time week 1. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a fun day.
Let me tell you something, because I want to fact check myself. I don't think the Patriots have beaten the Dolphins in Miami when the game is in either September or October in quite a long time. I'm gonna have to look up to this. So Miami won in 2002. It was, in October. Let me see. Because the reason I say this is historically, the Patriots come down here in September and they just get gassed by the third, halfway through the third quarter.
They're not going to be prepared for it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, Miami's going to win and they're going to score. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say 35 plus points. It's going to be a crazy day. It's going to be a crazy day. And the reason I feel like that, before seeing a preseason snap, before seeing a preseason game, before seeing mini camp, any of that, I just feel that I know what the Patriots did to us with having Cam Newton and how trash. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. They were trash. That offense was trash, but we had no game film on it. We had no idea what Belichick and how he was going to do it. And so there was nothing to prepare for. If you go back and look at every other game after that first Dolphins game for the Patriots that year, everybody else then had game film on Cam Newton and knew exactly what they were going to do and stopped it, right? So I mean, at minimum, because there's no game film and they don't have no idea of how they're going to prepare for us, we're going to surprise them every which way to Sunday.
No, listen, we're much better. We're a much better team on paper, and you're right. There's no game film, and there's what Belichick is going to do is probably try to run the ball and play ball control, and things. The Miami Dolphins have to win that game, and they have to win it soundly, right? They can't be like a last-second fumble recovery on the goal line.
It has to be a blowout. It has to be a blowout.
The last time the Patriots came to Miami in September and won was that horrible game in 2019 where Antonio Brown came and scored a couple touchdowns. Before that, it was 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So, the history's on Miami's side in terms of winning games at home in September versus the Patriots.
By the way, the last time I was this confident in making a hot take
was last year.
And I said, you're right. I said, look, the Dolphins can go undefeated in the last 8 games. The only game that's going to be difficult for them is Tennessee. And I was right. I was right. I said Tennessee is going to be the one that's going to be the difficult one, and that's going to be the one that's going to struggle, right? I wasn't confident about Tennessee. I promise y'all on everything, I am confident that Miami is going to rout the New England Patriots week 1. And when I am confident, I have a pretty good – I'm usually right. I'm usually right when I'm this confident.
Well,
I'm just throwing it out there.
We're all confident right here in July, aren't we?
We are. Yes. Knock on wood. We're all confident. Now, you, sir, told me yesterday or day before you're going to be at training camp this year. You're going to be doing some stuff.
For sure, man. And me and my boy Pete, we're going to get there together, and whoever else wants to come join me. But absolutely, I want to say training camp starts next week, if I'm not mistaken.
I do. Shout out to Level 2 Noob. This is Level 2 Noob's tweet just now to me. Taking all of Stephen D's receipts this morning on Clock Blockers. That's all right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Keep the receipts.
Go ahead. Keep the receipts. Batman says he'll be there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you out.
No. We should definitely, everybody that's going to come out, man, we just, let's coordinate a day and get out there together. And it starts Saturday, July 30th. Tuesday, August 2nd, Wednesday, August 3rd, that week. Yeah, through the August 7th. And then they have a joint practices August 24th and 25th that are open to the public. So hell yeah, we're going to be out there. I think we'll be live podcasting from my iPhone out there too. Are you alive, Steven? Hello? Did Steven freeze?
you just freeze?
No, I think you froze. You freezing again, or did I freeze? You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. My internet just went straight out. Give me 1 second.
I think you were freezing there, buddy. Deep in thought. Colors, like it's all you, Cam. First day back, you're already giving me.
Hold up. I can't hear you at all. I don't know what's going on. Woo! Gotta love when the internet goes out. But that's why you have cell phones, right?
Man, you
So
got to
you
get off that.
Do this, right? Let me put this in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get this to work so that I can hear you.
Look, that's the universe. You got to slow your flow. Well, these fans, ban the gate. Just load our information. Join us at the tailgate, and you can do so through our sponsor. Use search Dolphins or search either two Dolphins tailgate, and all of right to tailgate. So,
All right, I'm back.
Not is Christmas Day against Green Bay Packers.
We were talking too positive.
On the curve, if that were to happen.
All right, hold on. Go out and come back in, Cameron. Go out and come back in. What just happened? Everything went crazy. The internet in Florida went crazy. The internet here in Maryland went crazy. I'm just saying. Two-and-on's after us, bro. They're after us.
It's 2-0, huh?
It's 2-on.
You're back on.
I am back on. I don't know what happened, bro. My internet just straight dropped. It said no internet. It said thanks, but no thanks. We were being too positive as Dolphin fans. They just weren't allowing that. They weren't allowing that. That's what was going on.
Right on.
So what were you saying? You were interrupted.
No. I was just talking about
you're breaking up again.
Tailgate. We got everything uploaded on tailgreeter.com, and for you guys come pick a game and a game or 2 or 3, come join us at the tailgate. Stephen D will let me know which games he'll be down to do his live podcast. I know you're thinking opening day, right?
I'll be there. I plan on being there as you're breaking up a little bit. I plan on being there for week 1, week 3, the out-of-town fan club weekend, and the Sunday night football game. So I plan on being there like the first 4 home games, I think.
Right on. And so fan club weekend is Minnesota Vikings game.
Yep.
Which is, October 17th, something like that?
Yep.
October 16th, rather. And then the following weekend is the Sunday night game against the Steelers. That's going to be rocking.
Yep.
Rocking. That'll be crazy.
Pete says the reception is as bad as my takes, they say. It is, man. It's definitely not good this morning. I apologize for the internet connection this morning. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what. Cameron is a robot. Cameron is a robot. For real, you guys need some money to pay that internet bill. We all will chip in. Please donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. But I don't know if the internet is... I've had the internet out here. I've had those internet people out here a million times trying to get everything right. I don't know what's going on with you, Cameron. You sound like a robot. You said 30 minutes today. That was it. So
Mike, is that it? My Xfinity shut down after 30
yeah.
minutes?
You need to pay up to get any more time added.
Hey, seriously though, football, this upcoming week is pretty big for Major League Baseball. And we get the All-Star Game festivities. And
you are breaking up bad, bro. Breaking up really bad.
I'll back up.
Huh?
I'll come back.
All right. Vajo, you are being a negative Nancy again. I need to see you rocking the tee, bro. Send the pic so I can post it on IG. Prestige worldwide. Sounds like listening to WQAM up in here in PSL. Oh man. R2D2 again, but we get you, Cam. We coming, brother. No, it's so bad this morning. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. Cam is breaking up like Zach Wilson's ex. Wow. Shots fired.
Is that any better?
That is better. We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah. But I was saying, Major League Baseball's got their All-Star Game weekend festivities going on, man.
I know, man. I'm excited.
Shout out
about
to Jazz Chisholm for getting voted in as a starter.
Crazy.
Whether he remains a Marlin by the end of the week, we'll see.
Do you think he gets shipped off?
Listen, I don't want to see it because in my mind, he's the face of the franchise, but he is also probably the most tradable asset they have. That would bring back, something, and I just hate to see it. But listen, losing last night to Pittsburgh, the worst team in baseball, was not good. They have to win pretty much the next 3 games against Pittsburgh to even remotely think they have a chance at the playoffs.
You know who might have a chance at the playoffs?
Baltimore.
Because
they won 9 games straight.
Dude, it's fun out here, bro. It's fun out here in Baltimore right now, I have to admit.
And, dude, you guys, listen, Baltimore deserves it because it's been a while.
That Orioles magic is going crazy right now.
Level 2 noob. Hold on, level 2 noob. You realize
he got voted in as a starter
by the fans over Ozzie Albies. And it wasn't even close.
Jazz Chisholm is going to be a star in this league. A star.
He is one of the most exciting players to watch play this game.
Pamela says, Stephen D. and Cameron, if they trade Gesicki, I'm going to run with scissors. First of all, please don't do that.
Just if you do so, just point them outwards towards Patriots fans.
Don't do that, Pam. But I will say that I don't think that's going to happen, just to let you know. He's going to be here. I'll say this. If it happens, it'll happen before training camp. They're not going to let him walk in that building with that. Like, they want him here. He wants to be here. I think everybody understands where it's at. Like, I don't think it's going to be anything. Level 2 noob said, just busting balls. Settle down, fellas. The Orioles still have a team. Yes, they do. It's that Orioles magic. Oh, it's magic.
Terrible. What else you got?
What else? Man, I don't know. It's been, what about the Miami Heat Summer League action? You've been watching any of that?
Not really. I watched, they got this kid who's another 3-point sharpshooter, the Heat. But outside of that, it's a bunch of guys that'll be on 2-way contracts and nobody that'll be really.
Do you think the Heat are going after Kevin Durant? Do you think that's a thing?
You can never underestimate Pat Riley. If he could get something done, I mean, listen, getting Kevin Durant without giving up Bam and without giving up Butler makes the Heat, probably the favorites in the East.
I would agree. So, speaking of basketball,
yeah,
there was a really awesome tweet by a Miami Dolphins player over the weekend, yesterday.
Didn't see it.
Now, that would be, yes, you did, because you responded.
No, buddy.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You better put up what I said.
About it. Let's talk about it.
Put up what I sent you this morning.
Let's talk about it.
No.
Javon Holland said, and I God love this man. He's my new favorite player. He has no idea. Bron over MJ.
Marijuana is legal in Oregon, right?
I'm just saying. I'm just
saying. Oh no! Put on what else I sent you.
Now you responded to it, didn't it? I need to go back and look because
but I sent it on your on the messenger this morning. What Michael Jordan said about Ja Morant.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, let me look at that. Okay, hold on.
So John Morant said he would cook Michael Jordan in a one-on-one.
Cook me some pasta, maybe. I would dog walk him like the Chihuahua he is. Wow,
he's the GOAT.
Shots fired, bro.
Shots fired. He's the GOAT. You know, in the realm of things, John Morant hasn't done nothing.
I'm telling you. So why are you walking away from the Javon Holland thing? Don't walk away from it. It's a trick. See, God don't like ugly. You breaking up. You break it up. That's why God don't like ugly. Javon Holland knows LeBron James is the GOAT. Nothing else needs to be said about this. Thank you, Javon. I'm glad Cameron is breaking up. He ain't even up here right now because we can't hear him. You might as well go out and come back in. I saw a debate the day Magic and MJ versus Steph and LeBron. Who wins? Ooh, that's a good one, actually. Oh, it would be LeBron and Steph. Steph can hit it from anywhere on the court. LeBron just takes it to the hole. Come on now. All day, Steph and LeBron. All day. Ask yourself this. Has any team who's ever put this much pressure on themselves ever come through? Most of the time, it crashes and burns. See, I don't, Color, I love you. What's up with the negativity, bruh? What's up with the negativity?
That's Jets. Come on.
Go out and come back in, Cameron. We can't hear you, R2D2. LeBron cry baby will never be on MJ level. No, see, y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. All right. Cameron, go out and try to come back in. See if I can get you on there. LeBron flops more than a fish on the beach. LeBron couldn't carry MJ's shoes. Well, y'all are some haters, man. Just straight haters. I don't know what's going on with your internet today, Cameron. It's bad. It's real bad. And it didn't start till my internet went out, so, you know. But I live in Maryland. You live in Florida. I don't know what's going on with Cameron. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You have anything to say about LeBron and MJ?
Yeah, you guys are all clowns. That's all I got to say. MJ is the greatest, will be the greatest I ever played the game in the NBA. Period.
What do you know? What do you know?
You guys weren't even born to realize his greatness. And that's exactly what I said to Javon. I said, you just need to let the grown folk talk, man. Because y'all in your, like, thinking LeBron just because, you know, he took Cleveland to a championship that he's the all-time great. He's not.
Hater.
Ain't no hating. It's just reality. It's truth.
I've never seen in my life a man get more hate than LeBron James for doing absolutely everything correct.
It's not hate. It's just facts.
No. What is facts is what Javon Holland said. LeBron over MJ. God, I wish that Javon was up here. He could help me with this. Because I feel like I get it. I understand it. But I do be quiet about it because I know like I'm in the minority. But I believe what I believe. Okay? I stand on my principles. And my principles said that LeBron was better than MJ. That's all I got to say about that. You're from Chicago. Of course you're going to think that.
And why shouldn't I? He is the greatest of all time.
Now, let me ask you. Did you ever see Michael play with the Bulls?
Of course. Dude, I went to the
and you saw LeBron
against
and
the
you saw LeBron in Miami, right?
Of course.
Okay. Come on now. That Miami Heat team. They
had the greatest three-point shooter of all time in Ray Allen.
I'm just saying.
They had Chris Bosh.
Ray Allen for three.
And they had Dwayne Wade.
Sorry.
Michael Jordan never had any of that. He had Scottie Pippen.
Steven thinks the Earth is
and
flat.
Horace
I
Grant,
do not.
Dennis Rodman. There's listen. If you're going to tell me that, all right, I'll give you this: that Miami Heat team with LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Ray Allen, they would probably give the Bulls in a 7-game series a healthy run.
Boy, let me
Don't
tell
play
you
me.
something right now. The Miami Heat in that championship, you're gonna make me go get my hat. That 2013 championship team, that LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, they would take the Miami Heat and they would beat the Chicago Bulls in 6 games. Let me tell you, wouldn't even get to 7. Beat them in 6. Any one of those Chicago teams. Hey, Scottie Pippen, who?
It was
Dennis
a different
Rodman,
game, bro.
who?
It was.
Ain't worried
They
about
played
those
defense back
Steve
in those
Kerr,
days.
who?
Hey, Steven, they played defense back in those days. I tell you what, if LeBron had to play against those Pistons teams with Rodman and Lambeer and Johnson and oh my God, he'd be crying, man. He'd have to change his tampon every fucking 3 minutes.
It's okay.
He wouldn't be able to put up with, oh, they hit me.
Lovers
Ooh, I'm
gonna
on the
love.
ground.
I don't even want none of the above. I just want to hate on you. That's how y'all sound. That's how y'all
It's
sound.
not hate. It's just stats, and count up the rings.
Stephen D, if you say it louder, you might actually believe it. LOL. They should change the logo to LeBron James. That's what they should do. You're breaking up. See, you're breaking up again. See, God don't like ugly, bro. Oh, heck no. Drop that link, Stephen D. That's blasphemy. LeBron will get taken out by the Pistons within 30 seconds of the game.
Exactly.
All right, you know what? I'll drop the link for y'all. I'll drop it for y'all today. I wasn't going to drop it, but I'll let y'all come on a little bit. Maybe y'all have better internet than Cameron. Huh? What'd you say? We can't hear you. Because you're breaking up. You sound like R2D2. 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 Did I go out again? I hope I didn't go out again. Maybe I did. I don't know. Am I still on? Am I still live? What do you want, Pamela? Huh? What do you want? What do you want?
I'm calling you out for a whole bunch of stuff, Stephen.
Well, that's okay. I'm here. Call me out. Let me know.
Actually, I agreed with you most of the morning, except for the MJ and LeBron thing. I'm not even a basketball fan, and even I know MJ is the man.
That's all right. Ali, I'm sure Ali feels the same way too. Ain't that right, Ali? You're a hater too, aren't you?
Listen, I'm from Ohio. I watched LeBron play in high school before he was drafted. He all right, but he's not the GOAT, bro. I'm sorry. If anybody, the only 2 people in my opinion that deserve it is going to be Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Those are the closest 2. It's 1A and 1B, and there's nothing you can do about it. Kobe Bryant in his prime and LeBron in his prime, Kobe Bryant would destroy him all day with blindfolded.
Absolutely love Javon Holland with the tweet of the weekend, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't even think he was talking about Michael Jordan, to be honest.
No, he was. He said MJ.
Y'all want the raw, unadulterated, doesn't watch NBA take?
As long as
none of those guys would exist without Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
That's absolutely true. I mean, Kobe Bryant's idol was Michael Jordan, bro.
I mean, he
designed his whole game based on it.
Raw, objective. I don't know nothing about the NBA take, just from third party, 4th, 5th degrees of separation, watching from afar.
That's me too, Color. I'm the same.
Can we talk about Mike Gesicki? I got a lot to talk about him.
I want to talk about Gesicki too.
You can avoid my comment.
I'm sorry, Pamela. You're not going to like my take, though.
You can avoid my
but I
comment.
can argue.
Hey, hold on. Before we do it, I know Batman's got something to say about this. Let me bring in Batman real quick.
Hey, Batman.
What's up, Batman?
Hey, Batman.
Hey, good morning, family. How's everybody doing? Steven and everybody. How's everybody going?
I'm doing good. I love you. I miss you. Let's hear your crazy take about MJ being better than LeBron. We know LBJ's to go.
By John Morant saying that, he must have been referring to Michael Jackson, because there's no way he's talking about Michael Jordan. There's no way.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know what John Morant. I'm not worried about John Morant. I'm worried about Javon Holland, the best safety in the NFL, saying that LeBron is better than Jordan. I'm good with it. I stand by my man Javon Holland. I stand behind him 110%. Nothing. You ain't got nothing there, Batman?
I'm just like Ali agrees. I agree with Ali. I put it up on the comment section. You know, there's levels to this, Steven. There's levels to this.
The only thing Bron may have on Jordan is that he was better with his money rather than gambling it away. That's the only difference. That's the only thing he may have on Jordan.
What you got to say about this, Vonjo? What do you have to say about this, sir?
I don't care about none of that conversation. I'm just upset that you sat here and ignored me during the whole entire chat.
I did not ignore you.
All right. Why you and Cameron 954 refuse to talk about the elephant in the room?
What is the elephant in the room?
This huge check that Tyreek just wrote that the Dolphins offense have to cash now.
What are you talking about? Talk to me.
So I thought you watched the show. Did you watch it?
I did. I didn't.
Hey, Vonjo, you gotta admit this episode was a lot better. This episode was a lot better, Vonjo. You gotta admit that.
Hold on.
You gotta admit this episode was better.
It was better, but still boring. So clearly, Steven even fell asleep. He missed it. He missed the top. He missed it. What he said. He said the weapons on this team remind him of 2019
Chiefs.
So
I talked about it 3 times this morning.
I think in some ways we are more talented than that roster.
He's not wrong.
So that's okay. So that's okay to say now.
So they're out there. On Twitter comparing Jaylen Waddle to Sammy Watkins in order to say that Patrick Mahomes had weapons in 2019. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Jaylen Waddle's 10 times better than Sammy Watkins ever was.
I
agree with that.
But if that's the case, but Stephen D, if that's the case, then that means that Mahomes did what he did without any weapons. You see what I'm saying? So they can't say that.
And I'm gonna say something else this year that's a hot take. Not only am I hold on. This is my show, Vonjo. You better calm down with your clanging and banging self.
I will call Xfinity on you right now.
You won't do nothing. Ain't nobody scared of you, Vonjo. Spawn Joe. All right. Here's what I say. Not only am I confident about the week 1 butt whooping that we're about to put down on New England, I got another hot take for you. Patrick Mahomes about to have the worst year of his career.
Don't freaking be stealing my take. Don't be stealing my take.
Patrick Mahomes about to have the worst year of his career.
Damn, now I know you watch my show. I appreciate it.
I'm just telling y'all.
You're absolutely
I'm very confident about that.
You're absolutely right, Steve.
So hold on. What does his worst year look like? 3,500 yards.
It's not going to be horrible. It's going to regress, though.
It's still going to be Pro Bowl. I was about to say it's still going to be Pro Bowl worthy.
Look, neither Stephen D or I are saying that Patrick Mahomes is all of a good.
I'm not saying he's trash.
Neither one of us are saying that Patrick Mahomes all of a sudden ain't going to be able to throw the football the way he does.
Yeah. Apparently, his regression is like he's a second-team Pro Bowler versus the first-team Pro Bowler. What are we talking about? Like,
no, it's more like your regular. No, Vonjo, it's more like your regular 34, 35 touchdowns.
So he comes back to being a mortal man. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. Well, Vonjo, what he's losing is the ability to have that safety outlet, to be able to just chuck the ball up and know that somebody's going to catch it on his team.
Yeah.
If you actually go back and look at the 4 games,
that's not going to make him a terrible quarterback, but it is an important weapon to have. It is
but I also think
it's the type of weapon that separates the Bills from the Chiefs.
Color.
I
This is
think
where I'm
his
gonna
team
get.
got
I'll give you pushback. I'll give you pushback on this.
Hold on, Von Joe. I'll put you on mute. I want to let Pamela go. Let Pamela go, then you go, Von Joe.
Pamela.
Hello. So, I also think that his season is going to be rougher, and that's because I believe that the whole AFC is going to be tougher. I mean, look at what the AFC has already been doing, and we just got better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the can he change his game year for Patrick Mahomes? You know what I mean? Can he adjust his game?
Here's the reality of it,
So
though.
that's
We've
what I'm
already
saying,
seen.
Color. He already started changing his game. You saw KC start to change their game last year, where they stopped taking so many shots and they went to that.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Can he do that for 17 games though?
Seen him lose
Listen,
a bunch.
he lost. He did lose. He lost Hill. He lost Ty Hill. He lost Tyreek. He lost Tyreek Hill. Don't get me wrong. That's big, but I still we forget that he is Patrick Mahomes. He ain't no Jay Fiedler out there. All right, so we understand.
Batman,
that's what I'm saying.
Did you just say he's no Jay Fiedler?
No, but
Yeah,
Batman.
he ain't no average Joe.
That's what I was saying. He didn't lose. He's not losing his ability to throw the ball the way he does. You know what I mean? We're not saying he's going to be like trash.
But Color, let's be honest.
There is going to be a noticeable difference.
He will see
Color,
a different defense.
Let's be honest. We've already seen Tyreek Hill out of the game, and with Mahomes for 4 games without Tyreek Hill, and what it looked like. He still won the game, but it looked like he had to work so much harder than what that offense really looks like.
He's going to have to work.
Yeah, but they've added 2 pieces, though. Even though they're not Tyreek
Who did
Hill,
they add?
They added Juju and they added Scally. Scally's still one of the fastest receivers in the league.
But Batman,
Scally is still one of the fastest receivers
dude.
in
I'd
the
be
league.
surprised if he's still in the league next year.
Right. So now he's working he's working with the same tools that his contemporaries are working with. That's what we're saying. Now we're going to get to find out, is he that much better than the rest of them?
So instead of having 4,000 yards, you'll have 399. Like you'll have 399. So
Batman,
it'll make a difference.
I got you.
Ali said he worked harder.
Y'all are not comparing Tyreek Hill to Scatling and Juju.
Right?
Him working harder. Did his numbers
Please don't do that.
with the harder work?
Yes, the numbers were not. I did not get the same fantasy output that I normally did in those 4 games.
With your fantasy output, I'm talking about his real numbers.
I'm just saying, if we're talking stats, it's what makes the game, right?
But he did have a bad
Hold on.
Color, do me a favor.
Fantasy is not Madden. Fantasy is a direct correlation of production by a player.
Hold on, no Color. I need you to look up his numbers for those 4 games.
What I'm saying is, y'all saw what Deebo Samuel did last year, right? Well, he was consistently in the top 3 fantasy point scorers every single week.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. McCaffrey's one of the best fantasy players, and guess what? He never plays. Yeah.
Right. Well, they know that too.
That was for a season.
Fantasy players know that
Maybe
too, Batman. If he ain't playing, he's
I can't
zero
go strictly,
production.
but I can't go strictly by fantasy though, Color, because
I'm not.
You can.
No, I'm not saying strictly by it, but I'm saying when somebody points out a fantasy production stat and a noticeable difference in a player, it's not like saying they're watching Madden. Is all I'm saying.
It wasn't a regular Mahomes year. It wasn't a regular Mahomes year that we're used to. That's what it was.
Right.
Listen, those 4 games, I need the stats for those 4 games. I can't pull them up right now.
He held his own, but I'm just wondering if he can hold that up.
No, don't tell me that, Color.
I'm trying to find it for you, Bonjo. Just give me a few minutes, please.
I need to know what this mere mortal looks
What's
like.
going on with these 4 games?
That's what I'm saying, Bonjo.
What's the deal with
might
it?
be the difference between 14-3 and 12-5. You know what I mean? It's not like he's going to.
Speaking of which, we need to.
Mahomes is not going to regress himself.
Listen, according to Tyreek, we should not lose more than 5 games.
We shouldn't, honestly.
All right.
And by the way, Stephen D, I know you refuse to put up my comment that I put up twice because I know you want to keep this image that I'm not a positive person, but
if I did, I apologize. That was not my intention.
I'm kidding, bro.
But no, say what you
No. So check it out. So I actually think it's kind of interesting because ironically, regression to the mean in your question about how we start earlier, regression to the mean would actually be like a 4-1 start.
Here's what I think. I think at minimum we go 3-2. Right? If we go anything less than that, it's going to be rough.
Well, I mean, even if we're bad, I don't think the collapse is going to happen in the beginning of the year because it's just been that way for like 4 seasons in a row.
Look, we have
But
a shot.
Steven,
We have
even
a
if
shot at 2 and 3, but
even if we don't get the 3-2 that I also believe we can get, and I actually think we can win all 5 of those games, but it's going to depend. The view of how we will move forward will depend on how we looked in those games. So even if we're 2 and 3, how did we look? Because we are basically a new team coming out, new coach, new everything. I think we're going to ball out. But if we don't, and we look good and we're in those games, then I say, okay, the season's not lost.
oh yeah,
Steven, can I? So I agree with Lewis yesterday. I think it was it yesterday? No, it was on Friday when he came on the show. We both had the same exact record, which is 2-2 at the beginning, winning against New England, losing to Baltimore, winning at home against Buffalo, then losing the short week to Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football. But that's just realistic. It's realistic.
All right, so Vonjo, I got the numbers, Vonjo.
Hold on, wait, let him finish.
Okay, go ahead. I'll wait till you're done. Go ahead.
No, I'm interested in the numbers. I'll get back to that. I'm interested in the numbers too.
All right, so in 2019, Tyreek missed 4 games. He went down with an injury versus Oakland in week 2. All right?
Okay, let's
roll.
rock.
The first game, he came back. They played Baltimore, and they won 33-28. And it was like he had 370 yards, 3 touchdowns. Right?
Wait, you said first game he came back? Wait, first game he came back?
No, that's the first game after Tyreek went down. That's the first game after Tyreek.
So he had 370 yards. Trash.
Okay. Week 4, they played Detroit. This is at Detroit, right? And we know Detroit's trash in 2019. He had 315 yards, no touchdowns. Okay.
And what was the score?
Okay, did Kelsey play that game?
34-30. 34-30.
Okay.
Another shootout.
All right. Week 5, they played Indiana. He had 320 yards, 1 touchdown.
Trash.
And the score, they lost 19-13.
So defense shut
them out. Then they played Houston, and let me see here. He only completed 19 passes for 273 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. That was against Houston.
Wow.
And they lost 31-24. They lost 31-24.
He was pure garbage. Those 300-yard games, averaging 300 yards, is garbage.
And still losing games, though. That's the big question.
Did anybody bypass? Did anybody bypass the part?
Garbage, bro.
Did anybody bypass the part of Tyreek saying?
He did lose games with Tyreek Hill too. It wasn't like they went
on with Tyreek Hill.
All right, hold on.
Saying,
go ahead, Cap.
Let's stop acting like they went undefeated with Tyreek Hill.
Did anybody bypass the part?
Garbage.
Did anybody bypass the part where Tyreek just says that, that year 3 is the year, and we've been debating back and forth if this is the year or not? I mean, this guy pretty much told you in your face that this is the year for this quarterback to produce. Did anybody just forget that?
Cap. Yeah,
no, everybody
glossed over that, Cap.
Ain't nobody talking about that.
You right, Cap. Everybody conveniently glossed over the fact that Tyreek Hill is the put up or shut up year.
Because Tyreek's a liar. He doesn't believe everything that he says. Remember, that was the take a week ago. That was the take a week ago. But now when he's saying that Tua has to prove himself, now everybody wants to be quiet.
No, I'm just saying,
that's what he's supposed to say. He's getting paid.
No, we've been saying that, but we've been getting crucified for saying it. But this guy says it's okay.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's what
Hey
yeah,
man,
exactly.
all I know,
Exactly. Crickets.
Mahomes is trash, bro. That's all I know. Without Tyreek, Mahomes is trash, bro. A whole bunch of 300-yard games.
Where'd you get that take
Trash.
from?
Yeah, 2-2.
Hey,
Yeah,
He's trolling.
not mentioning
hey,
that they still got the best tight end in the game, and they still got one of the best head coaches in the game.
that doesn't
Hey,
matter. That
Crypto,
doesn't matter.
did you
That
know
doesn't matter.
Kelsey had top
and
5
one of the
receiving
best
numbers?
It's not like Andy Reid. It's not like Andy Reid has had the fastest wide receivers throughout his whole coaching career when he was in
Hey,
Philly, and they
Crypto,
still the
listen,
top
Kelsey
ranked
had
offense.
bigger numbers than Tyreek did as a
He
receiver.
can only throw for 300 yards, not 400. Okay.
Didn't the Philly receivers when he was in Philly had just as productive years as he had production in Kansas City?
Listen, all I know is if
Their
you're not throwing for
quarterbacks weren't as
400
good as
with Tyreek,
Mahomes, and their wide receivers weren't as good as Tyreek, and he still had the same output.
listen, with Tyreek he throws for 400.
I
Okay.
mean,
Without Tyreek,
Never
he
count
makes
Big
75.
Red. Never count the man with the big red jacket on the sideline. That's all I have to
Listen, I
say.
don't care. I don't care about none of that. Okay. All I know is that he averaged 350 to 375 without Tyreek. That's garbage. All right. He's just a mere mortal amongst us.
Bonjo,
He's
we
just a
heard
mere
you.
mortal. We get your point, Bonjo.
We heard
Tyreek
you,
makes him a god.
I still think Mahomes is still going to have a good season. I just don't think it's going to be anywhere near than he had with Mahomes.
In reality, versus
Well, maybe
bum
like a
teams, Pat
1%
Mahomes
drop
will
off.
throw.
Yeah, I'm sure that's strike dramatic.
With Tyreek Hill versus the bum team, Patrick Mahomes will give you 500 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Man, y'all talking a
in
whole
his
bunch of
first
noise to me
career
right now.
start. Like cut it out. Don't ignore what Tyreek Hill brought to the table.
Y'all talking a whole bunch of noise to
He
me right
never
now.
had a 7 touchdown game. Stop it.
He's never had a 7 touchdown game.
No.
Are you sure? His first
Exactly.
game
The
of
only
his
quarterback to have
his
7
first
was
first
what's his
game of
name?
his MVP season.
With
Listen
Chip
to
Kelly's
me.
offense.
Listen, first game of his
Big
MVP
Foles.
season. Okay, never mind.
I got a wager here. I got a wager. First 2 games, Tyreek doesn't score 3 touchdowns. The first 2 games.
Like
And
I
this
said, the
isn't being a
production in
hater.
the
I'm just
offense.
saying.
Nick Foles produced a 7 touchdown game. It's the offense production in total. They didn't have the fastest wide receivers in the game. Nick Foles produced 7 touchdown games. So stop it.
Listen.
It's not like
Yes,
Tyreek
Patrick Mahomes had a 7 touchdown game. His first game of his MVP season, he had a 7 touchdown game.
Listen, Color and Ali.
So what? Okay, then Nick Foles had a 7 touchdown game, man. Like I said, an offense with good coaching and good scheme can produce the same output.
Yes, and Tyreek Hill was a part of that. That's my point. He's not doing that without Tyreek Hill, is what I'm saying.
Nick Foles is average. He didn't have Tyreek Hill on his team.
Rashid, listen, this team needs to average 28.2 points per game minimum.
You don't need a fast wide receiver to throw 7 touchdowns.
I don't want
No, they don't. No, they don't. I didn't say that they did. I'm saying
We've been saying that since
that
Brandon
with the
Marshall and
production
Mike
of the
Wallace.
coach, Andy Reid, they can scheme a 7 touchdown quarterback offense out of their quarterback.
So you got him
That's all
throwing
I'm
50
saying.
touchdowns again. Well, that's all you're saying. But is he still throwing 50 touchdowns in a season?
Yeah, he can still throw 50 touchdowns in the season without him.
I bet he won't.
Okay.
Any bets that happen?
All I know is this offense, this Miami Dolphins offense,
I bet he will produce a 50 touchdown season.
Crypto, I don't care about none of that. The hell with what Mahomes.
Steven, the house will get a cut.
I need
That's
this
right. I just
offense.
want to make sure.
This offense, back to Dolphins.
But you see how nobody says anything, right? I say the first 2 games.
Nick Foles
The first 2 games, you gave me 3 touchdowns from Cheetah. Nobody wants that bet.
Listen, because he can't throw the ball to himself.
Only 3 that bet. Only 3 touchdowns, 2 games, guys. That's easy
Why
money.
would we take that bet? Is Pat Mahomes the quarterback of the
not?
Miami Dolphins?
Oh, wait, hold on. That's Rashard?
now
Wait,
Pat
whoa.
Mahomes matter.
Rashard saying that?
So now Patrick Mahomes is not if he's
You
the
thought I
quarterback
was
of
a two in
Miami.
there, didn't you?
Damn. You kind of messed me up then. Mind F me. Damn.
Because y'all just talking right now. Let's be real. Patrick Mahomes is good, but with a weapon, he's godly. Matthew Stafford is good, but with Calvin Johnson, he's on a whole other level. Like, what are we talking about here? Stop
No one's
acting like these
saying with a
receivers.
weapon
Stop acting like.
enhances your
Stop
skills.
acting
What's
like
up,
these
Andrevius?
receivers
Hi,
aren't who
It
they
doesn't mean you
are.
falls off a cliff because you
What's up,
don't have
buddy?
the weapon. That's my point.
That's not
Hi,
what we're
Andrevius.
saying. You just
But
clearly
that's
heard.
the
You just clearly
insinuation.
heard what You clearly just heard
Guys,
Von Joe's
this isn't
tape
wilding out
about him being
Wednesday. Y'all are
trash.
going
370 yards is trash. He's trolling. That's
No,
above
I'm
average.
not saying Von Joe is trolling.
That's Pro
I'm
Bowling.
saying
That's Pro Bowl
that
numbers.
370
That's
yards
only.
is by Mahomes
Listen.
standards. It can be considered trash, so it's not trolling.
No, it's not. He's trolling.
Listen.
It's not
Listen.
trash on
All I
nobody's
know
It
is
is by
standards.
all
Mahomes
I
standard because he's
know.
normally throwing 400 yards. So
Listen. All I
370
know
120
is
yards from
trash at
Tua
Mahomes
is
standards.
trash.
Without Tyreek Hill, he's only a second string Pro Bowler. Okay, he's not first team.
Yeah, like come on now. Like what are we talking about here? Like he's still a top 3 quarterback putting up 370 a game without Tyreek Hill.
Oh, Wallen.
Nobody's not saying he's still not Patrick Mahomes. Like you expect Aaron Rodgers to fall off a cliff? How many receivers has he lost year in and year out?
Hey,
Pretty
Actually, I
much
think
every
Aaron
other year,
Rodgers is
yeah.
going to
Hey,
have
hold
a
up,
worse
hold up,
season
hold
than
up,
Mahomes.
hold
Way
up, real
winning
quick.
MVP does
Hold
it.
up,
Yeah,
hold
I'll
up, real
take that
quick.
mustache.
That's
Still,
my
Aaron
point.
Rodgers
Hold up,
still
real
finds
quick.
a way to win with Jordy Nelson's of the
That
world. MVP.
All right.
that's
All
my
right, hold on.
point.
All right, hold
But
on,
do
real
you see
quick.
him throwing a 50
Rashad,
touchdown?
Rashad, calm
My bad.
down.
My
No, but he
bad. My
still
bad. My
gives you
bad. My
production
bad.
to
My
win an
bad.
MVP.
That's my point.
All
Hey.
I know is that if my quarterback on my
Hold on. Thank you. God, I got to take control of the panel this morning. Y'all are getting crazy. Y'all getting out of hand this morning. All right.
It's the
First of
cheetah's
all,
fault, bro.
cap for life. CB83 said he would take that bet. $100.
I got you, doggy. Let's stay. Just book it down, mark it down. First two games, you got to give me 3 touchdowns, Cheetah.
Let's
Just
go.
3. I'm not asking for 4.
So
and they have to be wins.
What is the bet? Clear the bet.
They have to be wins. Both games have to be wins, and they have to be 3 touchdowns from the Cheetah. A hundo. Right there. Bam. A hundo.
All right. And CB83, you're good with this bet?
Yes, he is.
So
yes.
3 touchdowns a game, is that the bet?
No, for the first 2 games, I just want 3
games
touchdowns.
combined.
It's a simple bet.
3 combined.
Well, 3 combined.
And, but they have to win the game. That's the kicker. They both have to be
And
winning
2
games.
wins.
So they got to
I
be 2-0 with 3 touchdowns. That's not a good bet. That's not
What
a good
you
bet.
mean?
That's not a good
That's not
bet
a
for
good
who?
bet.
That's a
On
terrible
which
bet.
side?
That's a horrible bet.
CB83, I just need you to confirm the bet.
On which side? It depends on who you're talking about. On which side?
He's not taking that bet.
No, CB83 just took it. So CB83, the
Most
bet is
So
receivers-
Rashad, you're not
$100.
taking that bet.
Most receivers aren't even getting 1 touchdown.
Why you not taking that bet? That's a layup. You should be able to get 2
I
touchdowns, 3
will-
touchdowns and 2 wins.
I will never bet
They
on
have to
Tua.
go
I don't
2-0.
care what you say.
So
But you got to realize that's a layup.
I don't care if it was
Hold
the
on,
Lions.
hold on.
I'm
So
not
just to
betting on
confirm-
Tua.
Just to confirm, Cap, if they go 1-1, CB83 wins the $100.
No, I win.
What now?
No, Cap win because they didn't win both games.
CB83
it sounds
said,
like
CB83 says no wins, just 3 touchdowns in the first 2.
exactly. Ain't nobody
What you
taking that
mean?
bet.
That's not the bet.
No,
See what I'm saying?
see
See where the confidence level goes?
When you got to
You
put
see where
money
the
on it.
confidence level goes, right?
You see
Why
when
does
you
he
gotta
have
put
to
money
win?
on it, they start back.
You can take any bet at that point because we're going to be talking about the draft after week 2.
Do you hear the bet?
Steve, all of a sudden, these people that are super positive, when they got to put their money where their mouth is,
they
all of a sudden they start walking back.
By Joe, do you hear?
All of a sudden
Do
we
you
can't
hear
be-
the
So he
bet?
said we're going to lose to the Patriots. So he said we're losing to the Patriots and
Do you
Baltimore.
hear the bet?
CB83 is not confident.
All right, you bet $100 we go 2-0. Wait.
I don't believe that. I don't believe. Listen, I'm the one that don't believe we
then.
are.
Okay,
Well, that's a safer bet.
But CB83
Exactly.
believe we do.
No,
But
he
If you
doesn't.
talk about just going 0-2 and getting 3
Clearly,
touchdowns,
he
that
does.
could be in garbage time.
All right, so
Clearly,
are we
he does.
confirming or
So
no?
clearly
Is this
he
confirmation or no?
doesn't believe
No,
if he's not taking the bet.
If he gets 3 touchdowns
clearly
and we
he-
get destroyed in the first 2
CB83
games, then what's
said
the
no.
sense of that bet?
You see what I'm saying?
How much is the house getting in on this bet?
So clearly CB83
The house
don't really
gets
believe.
10%.
We all know how we like to keep wide receivers in the game in
That's-
blowout games and blowout
that's the
losses. We already
dumbest-
seen that before.
That's a fanboy
Like I
bet.
said, clearly
That's
all I
a
know
homer
is
bet.
CB83 really doesn't believe what he says when it comes to the Dolphins.
No,
that's a bet.
and I'm okay with
that. No, the way that bet works, you bet $5 and you win 90. Like you don't make a bet like that. That's not an even bet.
You
That's
win
a
90.
horrible bet.
All I know is
Yes, because the odds
listen,
are against
hold
you.
on. Let me. So hold on. Let me tell you, because the thing is, if we could beat Baltimore, if he believes we're gonna beat the Patriots and we're gonna beat Baltimore, of course Tyreek is gonna at least get 3 touchdowns in those 2 games.
That's not
how that works.
If we're gonna win those games, right?
We beat Baltimore last year, and we didn't get a receiving touchdown, did we?
No.
Like that's not how that
Robert
works.
Hunt
That's
almost
that's
caught
a
a
game
touchdown for
plan.
crying out loud.
First of all, that's the game plan.
So hold on.
That's
So
the defense stepping up.
so
And
now-
running
Robert
out
Hunt was
clock
our
and
best
all
wide
that.
receiver in that game.
So in that case, why are we so excited about this team?
Robert Hunt was our best wide
We're
receiver in the
excited of a
Baltimore game.
possibility.
Guess what? If we can't,
We're excited about the
do that, guess what?
possibilities.
If we're still gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Baltimore, oh, the defense is this," guess what? Our offense is still trash. We're going 10-7. We're missing the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a
Playoffs.
possibility,
Ain't the
Von
best.
Joe. That's a possibility, Von Joe.
Just want to win a game. You're talking to me about
Where did that
playoffs.
come
But
from,
everybody,
Von Joe has a point though.
Apparently,
Oh, you little
Go.
faith.
but everybody's not. Hold on. Everybody talks about being confident going 12-5, but you tell them we can't beat Patriots
whoa.
and Baltimore.
So
and
Von
Tyreek
Who's
Joe,
can't get 2
confident?
touchdowns?
Wait. Confident in a
We lose the
prediction.
snow game
is
against
two
the
different
Patriots,
things.
but we win the
I'm
first one.
predicting something. I'm not confident with anything.
Everybody
funny.
hush. Everybody
I'm a
hush.
Dolphins
The only
fan.
game we
Like,
lose to the Patriots is the snow game.
All right, hold
I'm
on.
a-
Andrevius wants to talk. Let Andrevius
Are
go.
you
Go
are
ahead,
you
Andrevius.
arguing that after 1-1 you can't go 12-5? Is that what you're doing here? Because that's what it
If we lose
sounds
to
like.
It's all
Baltimore,
momentum.
I think he's just talking.
All
I'm gonna
right,
be
yeah,
honest.
yeah,
I don't believe Von Joe
if we
believes
go
what
if we
he's
go
saying
winning
out his
if we
mouth.
go 1-1, if we go 1-1 and we lose to Baltimore and our offense still looks like trash, listen, what's the point?
Wait a minute,
What's the point?
Andrevius.
That's
Why
what
are we getting
that's
excited
what
for?
that's what we're
Hold on.
saying.
Let me
I'll
stop
give him
that.
1-1.
Hold
I'll
on,
give him
Andrevius.
1-1.
He said I'm not dealing with
Andrevius, last
y'all's
season we was
foolishness.
1-1.
Hey, CB, I'll give you 1-1, bro. That's it. 1-1, 3 touchdowns. Take it or leave it, bro. If not, I'm out. I gotta go to McDonald's.
But we was 1-1 last season, and then followed up with a
First of all,
7-game
Yeah,
losing streak.
we were
Bro,
like
I'm
3 and
giving
8
you,
when
I'm
we
giving
went
you
to
1-1,
beat
bro.
Baltimore
What you
last
mean?
year.
We was 1-1 last season, and we didn't win 12 games.
listen, all I know is Cap needs to make better life decisions and not go to McDumpster.
I got the app, bro. It's a freebie. Chicken sandwich.
Listen.
What's up, guys?
Jeez.
All right, so
Yeah,
we're
all
doing
I
this or
know
not,
is
bro?
that-
1-1. Take it or leave it, bro. 1-1.
We can go
we're not
1-1
doing
and
it.
still
We're not
be
doing
1-17, 1-16.
CB83, are you taking that bet?
We could be
1-1,
1-1 and
3
2 and not
touchdowns.
have one passing touchdown.
No, Cap, keep it to 2-0. No, Cap, keep it at 2-0.
Yeah,
Man,
Cap
are
is
you
about to
guys-
lose money if this one.
Are you guys that
We could light it up against the
pessimistic that
Patriots.
you guys think that
We
we're
could
not
light
going to
it
have
up
a
against the
passing
Patriots.
touchdown? What was the whole point
No,
of adding
I
all
said
these
it was
people for free
possible.
agency if we're not going to have a passing touchdown?
This is what I'm
That's
saying.
what I
Yeah,
was
that's a
trying to
good
tell
point,
him
Ali.
from the
4
get-go,
touchdowns.
Ali, when I was
4
trying to
touchdowns,
explain to
1-1.
me from my
Cap,
60-40
touchdowns, 1-1.
ratio.
Cap,
Blame the quarterback.
Cap, keep it
Ali,
at 2-0.
I was
Keep it
trying
at
to tell
2-0
them
because
that.
we could light up the Patriots. We could light up the Patriots and it's a dumpster fire at Baltimore.
I don't
keep
know.
it at
CB
2-0.
don't sound so confident, so I'm
The
looking
standard is
out.
no, the standard
can I
is the
say
standard.
something?
Okay.
Go for it.
Y'all
Go
too
ahead.
hung up on this pass.
Oh, hey,
No bet.
hey,
No
CB,
bet. No bet.
Y'all gonna
no,
get smacked by the
CB83.
No
Browns.
bet.
Time out. CB83
Cap just
just
started
said,
with house money and just
hold
gave
on,
all his
hold
money
on.
away.
He said CB83 just
Is
said,
it-
bet it. We'll win 1 and Tyreek will have 3
See,
touchdowns.
all of a sudden,
Hey,
win one game. No.
Cap, you
So
just went from
Cap,
house
are you
money.
taking
Keep it at 2.
You just went from playing with house money
Cap,
to
keep it
throwing
at
away
2.
all your cards, man.
No.
Cap,
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 keep it
are you
at
No, he
doing it?
didn't.
Yes or no?
No, I don't take it. No, because it got to be
Keep
at
it
least
at
4
2-1,
touchdowns
Come
now.
on, Cap. I can't with you, Cap.
Exactly.
Cap, I love
Hold on,
you.
hold on.
House money to what
No,
you
but
got.
even the standard
Hey,
is the
what do you
standard,
guys?
Steven.
Hold on. I got this question. I got this question.
The standard is the
What-
standard.
What are you guys afraid of
No,
Baltimore
Von Joe's
for?
right, bro. Von Joe's right, bro.
Why are you guys so afraid of Baltimore?
Who's afraid? We're afraid of
nobody's afraid of them.
You guys are talking about going 1-1.
Ravens team.
You're talking about a quarterback who throws for 110 yards a game.
How's it a different?
You're talking about a quarterback
The
that
Ravens
what?
have a different makeup
That throws for
in that game.
110 yards a game. No, why would I bet on him?
Bro. We're talking about the Ravens.
Hold on.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win that game. There's no question about it. They have no one to throw to. They have Mark Andrews, and that's it.
Ali.
No, they have Rashad Bateman.
We have
Rashad Bateman. Oh man,
are you not afraid
we're
of
going
Baltimore?
to win that game.
Why are you not afraid of Baltimore?
No, wait, Bonjo. We're going to win that game. But how did we win that game last year?
Defense.
how did we win that game last year?
My point
Our defense stepped up.
My point exactly. I'm
Two
not about
still
to
had
bet.
to come in the second half to play.
Go ahead, hey, CB83.
Yes, he did, but we were still winning the game when he got the helm.
Guys.
And he had 7 completions.
How many points did Baltimore
I got 100 on B-more.
He had 7
Actually, Jacoby
completions
Brissett played well in that game.
the second half.
How many points did Baltimore score against us last season?
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. CB83, would you like to say something? Go ahead, CB83. Floor is yours, CB83.
Where you at?
CB83, where'd you go?
I got 100 on
We scored 10 points, Color, to answer Color's question.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Go ahead.
There you go.
Hey, so Cap, stop walking the damn bet.
Okay. So let's think of a good bet. Let's think of a good bet. Because I got your attention.
Cap is looking like he was going to win money. Now he's just throwing away money.
I know until he changed it, though. Not me. I didn't change it.
Hey, here we go.
The bet was
First,
actually in your
initially,
favor,
we got
Cap.
receipts. Hey, here we go. We got receipts. The first bet was initially 3 touchdowns in 2 games. There was no mentions of wins and losses.
You didn't want it, though.
That was the first. I'll take 3 touchdowns, no wins and losses all day. Put the 100 down right now.
Everybody would take it. Everybody would take that. I got it. The kicker is the wins, bro. That's the kicker.
You're not
That's
taking
the
it.
kicker.
Yo, so you scared to take the bet, my man.
So if we do no
touchdowns in vain. He don't want those touchdowns to be in vain. He wants the touchdowns to mean something.
If we do no wins, I want 4 touchdowns. If we do no wins, I want 4 touchdowns.
Nah, man, I'm not doing that, man. That's ridiculous.
Because you're saying Tyreek is going to enhance us. Why not take that bet, CB?
One touchdown.
Y'all dancing around the wrong
back, man.
We're going to be running the ball for passing 60% of the time anyway, 65%.
No, we're not. We have a run game coordinator as our coach with 5 running backs.
Do you believe that the Dolphins
None of them's going to get any
and the
time.
Ravens? Do you believe that?
Well, y'all just
I believe that.
Do you believe
but
that?
I'm not,
Okay, so what? So
yes.
Okay, if you believe in
yes,
that,
I truly
you
believe
take a
that.
bet?
But I'm not going. That's a dumb bet. I'm not going 3 touchdowns and 2 wins. I'm going 3 touchdowns.
So you don't really believe it.
1 and 1.
Okay, so I'll give you 4 touchdowns. Don't matter the wins.
But see,
because I know
you should be proud of that bet.
I know how to bet.
We're supposed to win all 17 games anyway.
Hey,
So
I know how to bet, guys.
Guys,
I know how to bet.
guys, we just realized that CB83 has false faith. We got you.
No faith, bro. No faith. Just 1 touchdown. I just changed it to 1.
Cap, you walk back the bet 3 times, bro. You walk back the bet 3 times.
That's
How
not
dare
fake
you,
belief.
sir?
No, the initial bet was 2 wins and 3 touchdowns.
Times, my dude. So his initial bet was 3. His initial bet was 3
touchdowns. And the chat.
That was his initial bet.
The panel. All I know is the panel and the chat just.
That was the initial bet.
Pure hypocrisy. We just witnessed what hypocrisy looks like.
Sure, Bonjo.
How, Bonjo?
Whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say.
That should be easy. Tyreek Hill easy gets 3 touchdowns and 2 wins.
The bet 3 times.
You should be able to take that.
He changed the bet 3 times, man.
But hold on.
Okay, so
even if he did change it, the initial bet 2 wins.
Hold on.
3
It wasn't 2 wins. The initial bet was he said
that doesn't matter. That doesn't
matter. Hold on. No, what you mean it don't matter? He's writing Texas ass.
The Dolphins are gonna win.
He's writing
win 2 games.
He's writing checks. He's not bad.
We should be able to win 2 games, though.
Y'all realize.
I gotta win.
Clearly.
Hold on, hold on, guys. Hold on. Go ahead.
Nah, they got that false face.
Go ahead,
that's that false face.
Go ahead.
Y'all realize people hear y'all talking and they hear what y'all saying. CB83 is not the one who walked the bet back. It was Cap. It was originally.
Hey, what are we talking about right now?
But even if the bet is two touchdowns and 3 wins,
I walked it up. I did not walk backwards.
It's irrelevant who walks the belt back.
Cap, that was cowardly. You walked that back, bro.
You got me shaking. I'm not going backwards. You got me shaking.
In the first 2 games and 3 touchdowns from the star wide receiver. What problem is that?
Initially, he never said games. He never said
man,
anything.
we're doing this.
Even if it is games, what's the problem?
Yo, Crypto,
what's the problem
Crypto,
with winning 2 games?
Crypto, don't try to save him,
Why
bro.
are you adding games?
You can't save them, though.
I'm just saying, what's the problem of adding 2 games? 2 wins should be easy.
Crypto, you can't save Cap today. You can't.
Hey, I'm right here.
No, I'm saying 2 wins is a drop in the bucket.
Okay, what does stats
2 wins a drop in the bucket?
Guys,
We got the best enhanced roster in the history of professional sports. How come we can't win the first?
Can we get one mic so we
Captain save him. Captain save him.
I'm right here,
Captain save him.
We move on.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Can we move on? Because we're not doing anything because he doesn't really believe that they'll win the 2 games. And
okay, Bonjo.
3 touchdowns.
I agree.
Let's move on.
Make a bet on the game.
I had to do that. I had to do that to prove a point.
No, you want to
prove anything. You proved
you proved you can cowardly. You proved cowardly. What you mean?
So you don't believe we can win the first 2 games with the most enhanced roster in the history of sports? Is that what you're saying?
Come on, dog.
Let me get some wins on top of that.
Listen.
You walked on
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Dare you people.
He still believes we're going to have 2 wins.
Hey, you walked that back hard, Cap.
CB83, he's only asking for a measly 2 wins. We got the most enhanced roster in the history of professional sports.
It's not two. You ain't want them to go 2-0. 2 wins in 4 games and 4 touchdowns should be a bet. Like you're saying, they have to go 2-0 and they have to. He has to get 3 touchdowns. This bet is lopsided as hell. Are you stupid?
Exactly. You don't. Bro, you don't understand.
We're playing against the Patriots and Ravens.
You don't know what
confidence
you
we
don't
can
know
beat the
what
Patriots
we're
and
going
Ravens.
to do. We have a one-game coordinator as our head coach. This team has not played together at all. You don't know if we're going to be on the Brian Flores style of things where we get the lead and we just run the ball.
See, that's the real talk I want to hear. That's the real talk I want to hear.
Y'all don't know what's about to happen. Y'all just talking.
Bonjo and Crypto, shut up.
You don't want to do the bet. You scared.
What you mean?
He's
He
scared.
changed the
That's all it is.
He changed the bet up. It's okay.
When somebody said they take, when
we'll
said he's gonna take that bet, he
bet out.
changed his mind.
We'll figure a better bet out. We got to figure a better bet out.
Hey, Cap, that was a mean ass back pedal. That was Darrell Reeves.
Okay, but we'll figure something out, bro. We'll figure something out.
CB said I take that bet.
That was a mean back pedal, dog.
What I meant to
mean
say was
back
wins.
We'll figure something out. We'll do something for the champ. We'll figure something out.
Cap. You backpedaled the heck out of that bet right there, boy.
Hey, I will say this: scared money don't make money. Scared money don't make money.
Yep. Hey, he would not put up. I said it 3 times. I said bet 100 3 times. Then he walked it back again and walked it back another time.
This is why I don't bet anymore.
What you mean? All I said was 2 wins. Everybody freaked out.
Because you added to the bet. You added. What you mean? You supposed to freak out.
You freaked out. Yeah. How you place a bet? Wait. How you offer a bet, it get accepted, and then you change the bet?
Right,
I never finished my sentence. You guys cut me off.
Oh my gosh, he never finished his sentence.
Y'all leave my boy Cap for life alone. Leave my boy.
Hey, make sure y'all record this. Make sure y'all record Cap today. Keep these receipts clip this.
I feel the hostility in the air, man. I don't know how
never been in a dice game.
Cap, they're coming after you, my guy.
They're coming after you, man. Man, I'm going to McDonald's, man. I'm going to holler at y'all, man.
You've never been in a dice game.
Go ahead and drop out. Drop me. I'd be pissed too. I drop out too, man.
Hey, man.
Draymond ain't playing no games today, y'all.
Yeah, man.
You get the smoke today, dog. Yeah, you getting the smoke today. Go ahead and drop out.
I'm out, man. I'm out.
Can we get a bet on the Browns game?
CB83.
Got him up out of here. I can leave now. Mission accomplished, guys. Later. Fins up.
Hey, CB.
Oh, my God.
Dropped out. What's up, Cruz?
Was good.
Oh my God, that was crazy there for like 15 minutes. It was insane.
It was insane.
I thought it was Wildin' Out Wednesday for a minute. I was like, what is going on?
I just don't understand what your guys' concern. I don't understand why you guys have such a concern with Baltimore. I mean, if you really look at it, all right, for what it is, yes, they did have a lot of injuries last season, but the injuries that they had at running back, I can't say confidently that their running backs are just going to come in week one and be the same. You know what I mean? They're still, got to be concerned about those injuries.
And their problem against us wasn't their defense. They held us to 20 points. They couldn't score against us.
Yes.
And that is the big thing.
They have done nothing to improve their offense.
They have no receivers outside of Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews. That's all they have.
Nobody's saying we're not confident. We're not saying we're not confident we are going to win the game.
Von Joe, who's been counted out, says CB83 don't really believe we going 2-0. All that fake positivity.
What we're saying
is, I did get questioned why I was being positive that we would win the Baltimore game. That's why I'm bringing it up. I think everyone is overthinking the Baltimore game, to be honest.
Yeah. It's not about the win. It's the win and the three. It's the 2-0 with the 3 touchdowns. I don't see us throwing 2 touchdowns in the Baltimore game if we win that game. I feel we're going to run the ball.
I will say
run the clock.
I will say this. I'm very so I told you all how I feel about week 1, right? Like I think we're gonna we're just outright gonna destroy New England. Now, what I will say is we don't have a great history in Baltimore. But with that being said, I'm not ready to say, hey, we're gonna beat them or we're gonna whatever. I want to see how the preseason goes, right? But that's true. But what I will say is I think we'll be in a very good situation to beat them. We'll be fresh. We'll come off a big victory in New England. And we're gonna have we're gonna be on cloud 9. So now that could be a bad thing, right? You could be overconfident, think that you're but I will say that I personally, if I'm honest with myself, I'm thinking we're gonna go 2-0. I really am. I think
we're gonna win, but I see us throwing 1 touchdown versus Baltimore, running the ball like crazy.
I disagree.
And I don't think it's just going to be Tyreek Hill. If we throw 1 touchdown, it's going to be Tyreek Hill. That's why I wouldn't make that bet.
But here's the flip side of it. Yeah, go ahead. I'll go after you, man. You go first.
Wait. Can I say one more thing? One more thing? How many targets did Tyreek Hill get against Baltimore last year?
Well, can I say this, man? They're gonna be so worried about. They're gonna be so worried about Tyreek and Waddle, and Gesicki and Smythe might have all the touchdowns. They might have 2 or 3 touchdowns between the both of them.
That's my point right there. I feel like they're going to be so worried. Say we have a big game versus New England, Waddle and Tyreek. Baltimore is gonna be gunning for them. It's gonna open up the run game in the middle of the field.
Andrevia says trying to find negative ways to bet against your team is opposite behavior. That's true.
Y'all on another level right now. Like that's
Joe says Stephen D, since we're going 17-0, since we saying crap we don't really believe. Let me put on my positive cape and get false takes I don't really believe in.
Oh man,
boy, it's real out here right now.
I believe every game you play. Every game you play.
You do have a point. Rashad, you do have a point about how many targets did Tyreek Hill get in that game last season with Kansas City.
Them perfectly.
Travis Kelce had the hot hand, and he was getting all the targets, to be honest.
Can't be using all these slang terms with me and expecting me to know what you're saying. Op, oops, whatever. I get the gist of what you mean.
Yeah. But the big thing for me is that I don't think Baltimore has ever played Miami with this many offensive weapons that Miami has. That's my point.
It'll be difficult as hell. They got to pick their poison.
I'll say this, right? Like you got to remember, look, there's the who's the Hollywood Brown, right? The wide receiver that got traded from Baltimore to Arizona, right? So they don't. I don't see, with the exception of Lamar, them having that many weapons to come up against us. I'm just being real. I'm not hating. I think their defense is stout. I think their defense is really good. But even if we score 20 to 25 points a game, you really think that they're going to put up more than that against us? I don't.
The one thing they do have is a running game. That's the one thing they do have, and we need to make sure we double up and do whatever we can to stop the run. They have Donta Foreman from Tennessee on that team, and I thought he had a better season than Henry when Henry was healthy last season.
You see what he did to us?
Devontae Foreman is in Baltimore?
Yeah, he's a Baltimore Raven now. Wow, they have two really good running backs, man. That's why I'm kind of like, okay, we got to respect the run game along with what Lamar Jackson does on the run game. But I think if you can contain that, I'm not so worried about the passing game, man. There's only two receivers you can name that they have.
I'm not scared of Baltimore's passing. I respect
They're gonna
their
run the
run.
ball.
I respect their run. I respect their run, but I ain't scared of them. Like I ain't scared of it either. Like I'm telling you right now,
You need to be scared about the Browns.
I'm not scared of the Browns. Why am I scared of the Browns?
Yeah, man, they have a good running game, but they got one receiver. Name the other. Who's the other receiver they got?
Why do I need to be scared of the Browns? Explain that to me.
Hey, don't sleep on Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Bro,
Donovan
it don't matter about their receivers.
Yeah,
Watson gonna make all the receivers better.
Nice.
Watson gonna make every single last receiver better.
No, Jonathan Peoples-Jones, he's a sneaky good receiver. He can be a receiver
with a good quarterback. With a good quarterback, he can be nice.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing.
And they don't get Odell.
Here's the other thing. When was the last time Deshaun Watson played a game? An actual official NFL game? It does matter. It does, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it does matter.
It's like riding a bike, bro.
It's not like riding a bike, bro.
All right, so hold on. Q, let me ask you a question, Q. I'm gonna be real with you, okay? You're my boy. I love you. Why are you scared of Cleveland when we haven't even gone?
I'm not scared of Cleveland.
I want to know.
Players. I'm saying they have good players.
So who's saying this? G Money?
I'm not scared of
me.
nobody.
It's me.
All right, G Money saying it. My bad, Q. G. My bad, G Money. Okay, my bad.
My fault.
I got you. You want us to respect Cleveland. I get that. But let me tell you right now, I ain't scared of Cleveland. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm not scared of them. I'm not. There's nothing about them that makes me scared of them at all.
Bro, y'all can't stop the run. We have one of the best.
How do you know that, bro? What are you talking about?
Bro, y'all never can stop the run.
Devontae Foreman is a Panther.
Oh shoot! You know what? I think he's right. Never mind. He's right. I think he's right. I got him mixed up. I'm sorry. Regardless, I think they still have Gus Edwards. I think Baltimore has, and the other guy from Ohio State. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, but to go back to G Money here, like, dude, we don't play Cleveland till what, week 7, right?
No,
late 10. I think
it's like week 10 or 12.
Okay, so I ain't worried about Cleveland yet, my guy. You come talk to me when we've gotten through the first 2 quarters of the season,
bro.
And then
the first 2 quarters of the season is gonna be a dumpster fire for y'all.
What are you talking? Are you here trolling on my channel, bro?
No,
that's what you sound like you're doing.
I ain't trolling.
So, G Money, be real with me. You a Browns fan. You're a Deshaun Watson fan.
I'm a Watson fan.
Which means in turn you're a Browns fan right now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you think that they went out and they got all the. Why don't you think the same thing about the Dolphins? Did the same thing. They went out and got all this talent.
Is trash, bro. Your quarterback is trash. Bro, you know the year Watson put up them crazy numbers, he didn't have a single star receiver.
Oh,
he didn't have a single receiver. Listen.
Let me get him.
The defense was historically trash that year, and I could tell you because I watched every game. You don't put up those kind of numbers.
Do you know Fuller was on steroids and was the #1 receiver in the league before they found out?
He wasn't.
Yes, he was. He led the league in receiving.
G Money, let me ask you.
He lead the league in receiving, bro.
He led the league for 11 games. I know when he got suspended, it was 11 games. He had the most touchdowns and the most yards in the league.
G Money, let me ask you a question. If Deshaun Watson is suspended for the year, let's just say hypothetically, where do you think that puts Cleveland?
Still in the playoffs.
What? Boy, you... Somebody get this man off my channel. I can't. I gotta keep the same rules for everybody. But somebody else has the power to get him off my channel. That's blasphemous. That's blasphemous.
Bro, do you know how good they team is?
Bro, what are you
The team is very
You
good.
think Jacoby Brissett
Do you know how
is
good
going
the
to take him
Dolphins
to the
is?
playoffs?
Bro,
Steve,
listen, I'm gonna tell you why.
Steven.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why.
The team
This is
very
the dumbest
good.
thing I ever heard in my life.
Listen.
This is
The team
dumb.
is good.
Shut up.
The
You're
team is
stupid.
good.
You're dumb.
The team is a
You're
good
Tell him,
crazy.
David. Tell
Listen,
him.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You're crazy, bro. You're crazy.
Hold on,
Can I-
David. Hold on, David.
Listen,
Let me
Go
say
ahead,
this.
G
I'm gonna
Money.
tell you
Go
why.
ahead.
No,
Because Kevin
you're
Steven
dumb.
is
You're
not
dumb.
good.
Give you a reason why.
Steven, no.
Bro,
Steven,
can I?
no. Because at the end of the day, I get kicked off. Meanwhile, this whole chat room, this panel
by the way,
saying that somebody else
I
come in
forgot
and
to
talk
bring
trash
it.
about our team. Steven, $10. He's getting kicked off. My money is good. I want him off now. Since nobody's gonna get paid for
I got
$20.
$20.
You gotta pay. I gotta make the rules
Get him
fair
out
for
of here.
everybody. You gotta pay.
All right, I got $20.
You all gotta pay. Y'all gotta put it up.
If he
Right
say
now,
10,
y'all
I
just
got 20.
talking.
If he
Bro, I
got
want him
20,
on. I want to see how stupid he is.
Joe, put it up right now.
Bro,
I want to see if
y'all
he
not
say
making
he
the
gonna put up
playoffs.
20.
I'm stupid, but y'all not making the playoffs. Come on, make it make sense.
Bro, Tyreek is gonna make the playoffs by himself. You numbnuts.
You think so? You think so?
I love you guys.
I know so, bro. Are you serious? Are you serious?
How are
Like,
y'all
what
gonna make the
mental
playoffs?
illness you have, bro?
How are y'all
What
gonna
mental
make the
illness you
playoffs?
have?
Oh, I got this. I got this. Hold on. You do realize that we could sweep both the Jets, Patriots,
Joe,
and
put 'em
split
all.
with the Bills and still make the playoffs, right?
How are y'all gonna make the playoffs if y'all don't win the division?
Ali, it's all about math. You got to do good with the other 10 games that we played. It's not about winning the
And I
division.
really feel like we're going to. Look at our schedule. We have one of the easiest
Pull
schedules.
over if you're real about it,
But
Mojo.
I know, I understand that. I get that. But you just can't make a blanket statement by just saying we only win the division games and then we still got to take care of the other 10 games.
I'm just breaking it down for him how this could work.
But what I'm saying is you got to put a caveat
Yeah,
on the
you're the only
division
one who knows
games
football.
are much
Yeah, okay.
weaker than the other
You're
games that
talking
we play, the other 10
shows
games.
that you don't know football.
Listen. How y'all think y'all gonna split with the Jets? I mean, y'all gonna sweep the Jets, and y'all barely beat them last year.
Bro, the Jets ain't been
Why
relevant
would
in
you-
20
oh
years,
my God,
bro.
dude, get this
Come
guy off
talk
the
to me when
channel.
they got a winning record. Did you just tell me that the Jets are going to finish better than the
But
Dolphins?
Ali,
Bro,
I got us still going 12. I still got us going 12-5, but we're going to split the division
You just said we're not going to sweep them.
because the division has
How do
gotten
you
good.
think you're gonna sweep them when y'all barely beat them last year?
All right,
They just
all right,
made
you're
their
going.
whole.
You're going.
We had a better team. Just think about what you're saying, bro. Think about it.
Bro, you do realize the news about Zach Wilson is the worst news ever. All we need to do is get Stifler's mom on the sideline as an honorary cheerleader, and he'd be throwing passes to her.
Oh my
Damn,
God.
Steven, since
Wait a
it's
minute.
paid, since my word is not good enough for you.
Hold on. Let me let y'all understand the mathematics of the schedule.
Because if
You
I
can
do
go
it for
0
you
and
and
6 and
somebody
still
else
win the
says it,
division
then I'm playing
if the
favorites.
other
It's
team
not
in the
about
division loses a lot of games
Everybody
outside
know
the
my
division.
word is good.
It has happened
All
before.
I'm saying it's possible,
You have
man.
to
That's
take
all
care
I'm
of the
saying.
teams outside your division just as well.
This is true. This is true.
Like I say here,
I'm
let
gonna have
this
to
More
I heard
games
this guy
outside of our
talking.
division than inside of the division.
No.
I don't care
Shame
if we
on
go
all you
6-0
guys.
the division and then lose all the other 10 games. Stop
I'm
it.
getting
We
dressed,
have to win
Joe.
those
My
games
bad.
outside of our division.
Listen, shame on all you guys for letting them come in here and stay on the panel and talk trash about our team. Only us could talk trash about our team. No other person could talk trash about our team but us.
I would have paid the $10 if I had it, man. I just don't have it right now.
Right.
I am disgusted.
He said, I'm disgusted. Look, the reason I
I'm busy trying to get y'all focused on the mathematics of the schedule.
Steven.
We play more games outside of our division than inside of our division.
All I know
Steven,
is
there needs to be a puberty
It
threshold.
makes no sense to go 6-0 in the division and 0-10 outside the division.
Cruz, are you doing an additional 10 for CG? So does
You
that
really
mean he's
think
out
that-
20?
What?
He's out 20. All right, he's out 20 minutes. All right.
he doesn't come
Rock
back.
and roll.
Oh man.
I would not have it.
This is crazy,
I
man.
would not have it.
Lord, y'all slay me.
But the team, the Cleveland does have a good team.
In my M'Baku voice,
Yeah,
everybody's
upgraded their
They
team.
have a good defense.
I don't
They
know
have a good defense and a good run game, but I kind of think they're figured out right now.
If you want to get back on, this is what you have to do. You have to pay double what they booted you off for. So $20, $40 gets you back on the panel.
Yeah, you might want to wait that 20 minutes, bucko.
And who was the person saying it was like riding a bike that they could just come back and be, the same MVP style player? Who was that? Because if you
can
look,
I answer his question? Can I answer your question?
No, you could be productive. You're not going to be MVP level.
He's still going to be a good quarterback. People acting like he's just going to fall off the face of the earth.
No. Here's the deal. Lord, he may be good, but there's going to be like a rust period that he needs to brush off. That's what I'm saying.
Why we acting like that team is not loaded?
Here's his rust period. The preseason. There you go. That's the rust period.
Listen, why are we talking about Watson? Why are we talking about Watson?
I'm just
like
giving
that team
him
is
a
not
point.
loaded.
I'm giving him a
First
point.
off, that team is loaded. So if he's rusty, guess what? It's Rusty being loaded. Okay, cool.
We're not doing this, Vonjo.
So I just got change of pace. I just got off the phone with Miami Dolphins because I can't log into my account for some reason. Like I haven't been able to in a year. Like the Dolphins branded side of the Ticketmaster account, right? Okay, so he gave me the number to the box office, but it's like, man, talking to him was literally like talking to Travis Wingfield.
Yeah, those guys are pretty cool, actually.
I know they've been trying to
bro, that dude had me come off. I'm working. That dude had me come off. Stop what I'm doing and call it.
I understand. I understand that you're saying that's what the preseason's for, but one, there's only 3 games in the preseason this season, and 2, and I know that the speed of the game in preseason is different when it's a real regular season game. Everybody knows that.
Season where everybody's playing a regular.
You think they're actually going to put their star quarterback out there for anybody to take free hits on?
They also don't game plan for anything. Everything's vanilla.
Exactly.
What then? If the first half of your schedule is vanilla as well, so it makes no difference.
I've seen more interceptions by Deshaun Watson in OTAs than I have in Tua's entire career.
There's the time to make those interceptions. It's OTA.
Well, he's making them.
But Tua can't do it. But Tua can't do it.
Tua hasn't done it. He hasn't. So I didn't even make that comment.
That's a good point. Tua can't underthrow. Can't make one underthrow without it being breaking news and all over ESPN. Deshaun Watson can throw it into the stands and, well, yeah, he'll get back.
Apparently, it's making Dolphin news because they're keeping track of it. He just threw out the numbers.
Look, I'm telling you right now, you guys are banking that Deshaun Watson's going to come in there and look like Aaron Rodgers. I disagree with that. That's what I'm saying.
All you have to do is be serviceable with the loaded team that you have.
Listen, I'm with Steven.
So why can't Tua do that?
Tua can't do that either. Come on, man. No one said Tua can't. You was specifically talking about Deshaun Watson becoming like freaking Trent Dilfer.
That's 10 weeks down. Can we get through the first 4 games?
We are. My prediction is 3-1 in the first 4 games.
You guys are scared to make bets on the 2-0.
I'm 4-0.
I'm $100. There you go. 4-0. $150. That should be a slam dunk bet.
4-0.
G Money, if you want to get back on, you gotta wait either the full 20 minutes, which it's just so you know it started at 12:06. So you got 14 minutes left.
I just can't make any.
I got us going 4-1.
If you want to pay the 20 to erase
what else
Von
was in the 5th game? Like I said last year, we lost to Jacksonville. Everybody freaking tried to get on me about it.
I just can't make any more bets. I would have bet on that, but I can't make any more bets because I got my money tied up with a bet with Color and Vonjo and everybody. Detroit. So I got to hold off on making bets.
I can't make bets.
Who just said? Hold on. Who just said that they're going with Dolphins are going 4-0?
I said 4-1.
He said 4-1.
But it's
I said it. I said 4-0.
I said it.
In the first 4 games,
I said 4-0.
Bon
You
Joe?
got a problem with it?
How would you say 4-0? How would you say
3-1.
4-0 and not take 2-0 and Tyreek having 3 touchdowns?
I
Because I don't
wasn't
think
making that.
Tyreek
That
Hill is
was
going to have
Capmate.
3
That was
touchdowns.
CB83 saying that.
No, wait. He's talking to me. I don't think he's having 3 touchdowns. I don't see us winning passing the ball. Defense and killing the clock. That's how I see it.
Against the Patriots?
No, but CB83 was trying to say we might not go 2-0 because somehow we're going to be playing conservative like Brian Flores, as if Brian Flores is the coach.
Can I say one thing about playing the Patriots? I know the Patriots are not a good team this year, but they still have Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick always knows how to stop that type of offense.
Good point.
So I don't care how bad that team is, how we feel we're going to win. That might be a trap game, so we never know. We got to pay attention to the game.
I definitely don't
Well,
see.
let me help you out. If we fall into that trap, we're going 0-4.
I don't see us. I don't see
we fall into that trap.
400.
If we fall, like crypto says,
that hybrid style defense.
Like crypto says,
G Money paid up.
Like I said,
G Money paid 20.
That's
so
there you go, Bon Joe. That's what I said.
G Money's back in. G Money's back in 2 minutes.
We can't afford to lose that game whatsoever.
So he raced one of the 10.
I understand that.
The first game is a do or die for the whole season.
No, it's not.
Von Joe, you better not run. G Money coming back for you, Von Joe.
I see how you feel. I like the idea of it. I hope that's how the team takes it. No, I don't. But they better win. It's a must win.
Okay.
That's all I'm trying to say, Rashad. It's a must win.
All right.
That will be hell to pay with this new coaching staff.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry. But
I think we actually go
gonna be the
4-1.
realistic
And the one game we lose is because we can't overcome 9/11 referee style.
No, I think we'll have enough separation color.
At least color giving me a reason. He's going conspiracy theorist. At least give me that.
I think we eke out a win at Buffalo finally. I think we take care of the Ravens just fine.
I mean, if they don't get us somewhere, they're going to get us on the back end.
The referees, and the fact that it's 9/11 on opening day. I just don't see us be winning that game.
And according to Rashad, we
not
spent
unless we score 45.
Listen,
we spent $130 million on a weapon that we can't shoot.
Right. Listen, I said this before, last season. I said our first loss was going to come against the Jaguars because we always have those kind of games, and then I was right about that. We lost to the Jaguars.
G Money's back.
And
what's up, G Money?
our first loss this year is going to come to the Jets. That's what's going to happen.
Somebody better pay to get G Money off if you start talking reckless.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I apologize.
What, man?
He said Browns will be the new Patriots dynasty in his $20
Dude, spent
coming back
to say that. Wow.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean
Patriots
to
dynasty.
You ain't got to apologize.
G Money, do you? G Money.
The Patriots was aided in that.
Someone has to check into a rehab.
I don't agree.
G Money.
Stupid coaches on the opposing sideline.
G Money, go ahead and talk your ish.
The Patriots was aided. That was the most aided and abetted dynasty in the history of sports. You got stupid coaches on the opposing sideline, a la freaking Pete Carroll. You got other people that's giving up games and deflated balls. That was the most aided and abetted dynasty in the history of sports. So stop it with the Patriots dynasty crap.
Tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel.
They had spy cameras and
bro, they got one of the top 10 defense.
That was a full dynasty.
With a quarterback who can carry the offense.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I feel like the NFL set up the Patriots for all these Super Bowls. I'm gonna be honest. Ain't no way you, as a referee, you pick up.
Had a good defense. Every year they win the Super Bowl. They had
as a referee. As a referee, you touch every ball.
They did have a good defense in those years. Well, let's not say act like they had phantom calls out of nowhere.
Brady was smart enough to not get a max contract those years they were winning. He took discounts to put pieces around him.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me say this.
Let me just say that Deshaun Watson's not even close to Brady. How's that?
Oh my God!
Who's bringing up Deshaun Watson?
Oh my God! But I'm gonna say this: if you want an ideal quarterback, yeah, Brady is nice, but you would want a quarterback like Deshaun Watson. Somebody can move around, throw the ball off
Justin
platform,
Herbert.
and all those things. That's the same type of prototype.
Get me Lamar Jackson all day long.
All you gotta do is give Watson a girl, and he's done.
You rather have Lamar Jackson than Deshaun Watson? You're crazy.
No,
Deshaun
I'm not,
Watson
because
don't-
Lamar
Deshaun
Jackson's
Watson has no
skill set
pocket
actually
presence.
works with our scheme. Deshaun Watson's doesn't.
Why doesn't it?
Wait, what?
Deshaun Watson
hold on.
took Lamar to school in college, man.
Wait a minute, hold on. I got thrown into a loop here. Hold on. Repeat that again, Gigi.
No, time out. I
Hold
want to
on.
know. Wait, what did David just say? What?
Oh, I said all you gotta do is give Watson a girl, and he'll get confused and chase after the girl.
Okay, so
Oh
now we're
my
just making
God!
asinine comments. I got you.
I swear,
Next.
people.
Who do you think is the better runner?
I
Lamar
will
or Deshaun?
say
We make
I
all
will
those
say
jokes
this.
about Watson, but it didn't stop Kraft from getting 6 Super Bowl rings.
And that's why
Exactly.
Deshaun Watson might
That's
not
true,
get
color.
suspended. That's
Just
why
stop him.
Deshaun Watson might not get any games.
I personally don't think he's getting suspended because if they try, his lawyer is just going to bring up Robert Kraft, and it's just
No, that's
it's
what
just
the
going to.
NFLPA is going to do.
They just gonna bring up Robert Kraft, right?
Like,
Or they
oh,
gonna
so
bring
I
up the
get
latest
suspended and
incident
nothing
And that's the
happens.
judge.
of the
They're already
mother's
doing
son
that. They're
ratting
already
out her
doing that.
mother.
The Players Association is already doing that. They're like, hey, you
Yeah,
can't do this because
they
you know
backpedaling. Yeah.
there's a clause in the CBA that says the owners are to be held to a higher standard than the players.
And that's why the NFL is trying
So
to
that
strike
means
a
Robert
deal
Kraft is getting
with
suspended
Deshaun
if Deshaun
Watson.
gets suspended.
He's not getting suspended. That's why Deshaun not getting suspended.
Like
Right?
if
Yeah,
this,
they got to hold him to a higher standard.
Yeah, and
if
that's
the
why the judge
NFL
is going to
wasn't the
say 0
NFL,
games.
if the NFL wasn't the NFL, Robert Kraft would have to sell his team or something like what
That's if they
happened
was
in
the
the NBA.
NBA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's if they was the NBA.
you
He would
know,
have to sell his
they all
team.
in cahoots. So it's like, well, we're just going to take a 5th round pick and send you on your way.
Right.
But if y'all know the Browns is loaded, why y'all not scared of the Browns?
Because they still have
Deshaun Watson has had
No,
loaded
he's not
teams
loaded because Deshaun
before.
Watson hadn't took the field.
Well, the state of Florida expunged his record and burnt all evidence of the
Jacoby
investigation.
Brissett is the quarterback. That's why we're not afraid of the Browns.
It's not even about the quarterback. It's
one.
about it's other
Good
pieces of the team that's not good. They
What
have a solid
pieces of the team
Yes,
is not
yes,
good?
they do. But it's
Amari Cooper.
the secondary is not on up par. They have a better.
Bro, the
they have a better
secondary
pass.
is one of the top secondaries in the NFL. What are you talking
A whole
about?
bunch of young players that get burnt on occasions. A lot.
What are you talking about? They
We go-
destroyed the Bengals every time they played them.
We're going to see how good they are when they
one of
play
the best
us.
pass rushers on the
You're right.
team.
We're gonna see how good they are when they play us, the Cheetah and company.
Let's see how good
Hey,
that secondary
Andravia
is.
said, since y'all like betting so much, bet me Deshaun Watson doesn't get suspended. I'll
I'm
even
on
let
your
you.
side.
I'll even let you name the price. I'll let you name the price.
I mean,
Name the
that's-
price that he doesn't get suspended.
Yeah. No.
After
So
the latest set of
that's not a-
allegations,
I
it's
don't
not
think
looking
he's
good for the
suspended.
accusers.
I think
no,
Yeah, I mean,
Andrevius is
I'm
saying
not
he
betting
does
on
get
it.
suspended.
I think
mean,
he's
if he
getting
does get
6
suspended,
games,
it's
guys.
only
I think it's
But
going to be 6 games, just like everybody else.
But they can
I don't
go.
think
They
he's
can
going to
go
get
for
suspended.
in
No
them
one.
6
Ben
games.
Roethlisberger never
In
got
them
6 games.
They gonna
Yeah,
go
he
for
didn't
it
get.
too.
Yeah, and he
So
actually
they
did
still
something.
gonna be
And
fine.
And he actually
admitted to
did
it.
get charged for the
Yeah.
R word.
I
I'm
believe
telling-
if they're able to prove that he was detrimental to the NFL or the league standards, that at minimum, without being charged, he can get 3 games according to the CBA. I believe that's what it says.
It's
Bro,
too
their
much
Yes,
that
but
his
the point
lawyer.
is proving
their
what
first
is
4
detrimental to
games
the
are a
league standards when
cakewalk.
Robert Kraft did what he did.
Their first 4 games are a cakewalk.
I personally,
They're gonna
That
have a
was
hard time
also
with that
prior.
detrimental
Hold
one,
on.
Ali.
his
That was
lawyer just
also
has too
prior.
much ammo.
Whoa. Hold on. Crypto. That was also prior to the new CBA when that went down. So you can't really hold them the same because this is a new
But the
CBA that got signed
standards
in.
was more stricter back then than it is now.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Exactly.
It's
Yes,
the other
You
way
have a
around.
judge. No,
It's
now you
still
have a judge
regarding
that's gonna.
the owner. It's
Listen,
different. The owner side
listen,
of it is different
listen.
now.
This is all I have to say. Ali, having consensual sex with happy enders is not detrimental to anybody.
Nope.
Told
And
that
they
to
already,
64 women, man.
Already
64
women.
Again, consensual sex took 25,000 women.
Wrong.
Not,
It wasn't
anybody going
64
to
women. It was
to
64
the
instances.
training
It
camp
could have
games?
very
Don't go
well
be at the
been.
training
It
camp,
could have
man.
been. It could have been 32
It was 64
instances with
complaints.
2 women.
It was 64 complaints.
I'm sorry, Steven.
exactly, Color. Good point. It could have been 6 points with 2 women, right?
That doesn't matter. The number of women doesn't matter. The fact is, it still happened.
Hey, man.
Right. Once
Who's going to
again,
training camp,
consensual
man?
sex could happen in it. It's not detrimental to no one.
You don't know
Who's
what
going to
happened.
training camp?
It could be he
I'm
say,
going to
she
training
say.
camp, man. I can't wait to go to the.
We know that
get
when
me
the
some
women
new
were
stuff, man.
were asked to testify as to what happened,
Oh,
they
my
pled the
God.
Fifth Amendment as to not incriminate themselves. That we do know.
Yes, and the latest one of
20
them's mother was outed by their own son as was a big money grab.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
think
Yep.
this is
No,
not a
no,
money
that
grab?
was number 25. She didn't even put in the
Exactly.
sheet.
So that changed the situation even more. Like I was saying, 235 million reasons to put in your claim. So if you're short on cash, put in your claim.
I think that was a setup, but I ain't gonna speak on it. But yeah.
Nah, it wasn't set up. The allegations come out.
One
We
little
asked
kid,
for a trade.
one little kid comes out and says, "Oh yeah, my mom was bragging about having sex with Deshaun Watson," and no, my mom said. Like, come on now.
All right, final,
Come on
I'm
now.
ready to do final thoughts of the day. Like, y'all are killing me with this conversation. Who cares? Deshaun is not on our team.
I agree.
Listen, y'all should have just put up the money for him.
You don't want that bum.
Why didn't y'all put up the money for him? I want
We don't want
to
that.
Miami.
We got.
I don't want to move to Cleveland. I wanted to move to Miami.
Well,
We don't want that bum that gives up 24-point leads in the playoffs. We don't want him.
I mean,
He can stay where he is with those Cleveland bums.
Does he play defense? I mean, I didn't know he played cornerback and quarterback.
I didn't know you couldn't throw another touchdown in the second half.
Do we all agree that money talks? Do we all agree that money talks?
Hold on, G Money. I respect the fact that you are loyal to your player, right? I respect that. I'm a Dolphins fan. Look. I'll give credit where credit's due, right? If you're loyal to him, so be it. We're loyal to the Dolphins, right?
I've been loyal to him since he played for Clemson.
I promise you, G Money, you are in for a world of hurt the next couple of years, bro. Like, it ain't gonna be fun for you at all.
Why?
Because number one, he's not going to play a full year this year, right? So Cleveland's not making the playoffs this year. I'll say that now.
Cleveland can make the playoffs.
Cleveland is not going to make the playoffs this year.
If he's suspended for
Cleveland
games,
is not going to make the playoffs this year. I'm confident on everything saying that. I've had 3 confident things today. What have I said, y'all? I said that Miami's going to blow out New England. There's a receipt number 1. What was my receipt number 2? I was confident about something else. I forget what the second thing was. My train of thought. But my third thing is, if somebody can remember the second one, let me know. But the third thing I'm very confident in is, Cleveland is not going to make the playoffs. I said it.
Bro, they going to win the
Write
division.
it down. Take it.
They
What are
sure
you
not
talking about, bro? They got Cincinnati. They got Cincinnati and Baltimore in that division.
Bro, they beat Cincinnati off of defense alone. Both games
Do it again.
last year. I watched both of them.
Do it again.
Y'all, they had Baker Mayfield, and he stinks. Because I bet that since he was going to win, and they messed my money up. They beat him both times last year. Blew him out.
Cocaine is a heck of a drug.
But now y'all got
It's
Jacoby
not. Go look
Brissett.
it up.
But y'all don't get Baker no
Bro,
more
you
to
think
rely
they're not
on no
just
more.
going to stick to a game plan? The reason they got rid of Baker Mayfield is because he wanted to go 5 wide and throw the ball 60 times a game, which they already knew he wasn't capable of doing that. No, with Jacoby Brissett, what they're going to do, bro, they did that last year on the last season of last game of the season with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then you saw what happened. He got sacked like 6 times because they let him do what he wanted because he kept complaining. Bro, Jacoby Brissett's going to be fine. Bro, they're still going to make playoffs. They're going to win the division.
That's a take right there.
Bro,
That's some serious.
even if Deshaun Watson was out the whole year, they still make the playoffs.
You a fan. You so much of a fan of Deshaun Watson that you got faith in Jacoby? That's
Bro,
crazy.
Are we doing
bro,
final takes, Stephen D?
I'm not a fan.
This is a take of all takes. Yo, G Money, you
I'm not
think
a
that
fan.
but you think Jacoby
You
Brissett
think-
is the? Come on, bro.
You think
Bro,
Deshaun Watson is so
Take
good
it from
that
somebody.
Jacoby
Hey,
Brissett
G
is going
Money,
to hold
G
it
Money,
down?
G Money. Take it from somebody who had him last year.
Cleveland is that good. I don't know.
You don't want that girl. You don't want that girl taking you to prom. Trust me, it ain't
Bro,
gonna
he
end well
didn't.
for you.
Bro,
Not
listen,
Jacoby Brissett.
y'all didn't have a top 5 offensive line, did y'all?
Oh, so you say that about Jacoby? Wait. You say that about Jacoby,
I got nothing
but
else
when
to
we
say
bring
to you,
up
G-Money. I
Tua, you
love
say
you. I
our
appreciate you
quarterbacks
coming
suck.
on. I appreciate your support.
Bro,
G-Money. Thank you.
Jacoby at
Look
least
at
threw the ball
you.
down the field.
No, he didn't.
The play Will Fuller got hurt. He threw the ball down the field. If it wasn't a pass interference
Barely.
against the Raiders, that
Oh
would have
no,
been a touchdown.
There
Y'all
was a
probably
play
would
that he
have won
didn't
that
get hurt
game.
on. That should have been a
No,
touchdown.
wait. Hold on, wait a
Pass
minute.
Yeah, that was a
interference,
pass
There was
interference
no
that should
more
have been
man. That was
called.
pass interference. That should have
There
been.
was
We
no
should have
more
won that
time on
game
the
too.
clock. That's
That's
the
true.
only
We should
reason
have
he
won
threw
that
it into
game.
the end zone.
We should have won that game. I'm just being
Bro,
honest.
he still threw the
Yeah,
ball
we
more
should have won
than
the Raiders
15
game.
yards.
So did
He threw the
Tua.
ball more than 15 yards.
You know, Tua was the most accurate quarterback
Should have won the Colts
passing
game.
downfield, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Passing
That's
threw
another one
downfield
too.
because
G-Money,
he threw 15.
it's been real. Sorry, bro. Big time kicked you off, bro. I'm sorry. Woo!
Well, I ain't never liked the player that much. He worse than a Tua there.
G-Money, bro.
Nah, he's on par. He's on par.
Nah,
He
he's
said
on par.
Deshaun Watson is so good that Jacoby Brissett gonna hold it down. I've never heard nothing like
Never
that.
heard that.
That's what you call. That's some true.
I
That's true
gotta be real.
osmosis right
I
there.
don't even think Cleveland Brown fans.
That is the
know
quintessential definition of osmosis right there. He just explained it.
Let me tell
Never have I ever.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
Brisket. Wow.
Yeah.
Are we doing final takes or what are we doing?
We could do final takes, Ali. I'm sorry, Ali.
Can I go first? I got
Yes,
two
you can.
kind of big ones that I want to make. First of all, I want to hit a subject we didn't get to talk about at all, and that's Mike Gesicki. I feel Mike Gesicki, to be able to be re-signed with this team, has to work on his route running, because his route running is essential to getting into the open spaces needed to be able to throw the pass in stride, right? That's why Tyreek and that's what Waddle has. They have elite route running on average. They run the routes perfect, right? Whereas Gesicki rounds his routes. Two, he has to work on his blocking. I feel like that is essential to be in this scheme and offense. I don't see us giving him the bag, especially the money he wants at wide receiver, and paying Tyreek and paying Waddle all at the same time. Even though Waddle's on a rookie contract, eventually we're going to have to pay him. And I don't see all three players being paid at the same time. I just don't see it.
No, hold on. TaylorMade Jet. The rule is that the same person can't boot you off for $10. So Big Time didn't boot him off earlier. It was Von Joe, and I forget who the other person was.
It was Von Joe.
Yeah, it was Von Joe and somebody else. But it wasn't. It was Von Joe and Cruz who kicked him off earlier. He paid the 20 to get from 20 minutes to 10. But yeah, so the rule is the same person can't boot you off 10 minutes twice. In the same. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Alan.
No, it's okay. So and the other thing is he had a podcast. I forget which podcast it was on, but him and his two other Penn State buddies were talking about where they're at in their lives, and he was talking about getting married. He said in there that he just built his dream home with his wife in New Jersey, and they thought they were going to be able to move there.
That's where he's from. So
yeah, they thought they were going to be able to move there this season, but because of the franchise tag, it didn't work out that way. So they're in Miami for another year. That tells me he don't want to be in Miami. He doesn't want to be here. I don't want him here if he doesn't want to be here. I do think that we maybe franchise them just to be able to trade him away for, get some trade asset from him. That's just my opinion. And the only other thing he's good for at this point is Devontae Parker's replacement, because he catches contested balls very, very well. And that's why I think why he still fits in our scheme. Now, that's my first point. The second thing is just to touch base on the Deshaun Watson thing real quick. I understand that people are saying that they don't think he's going to get suspended, but I feel the NFL is going to find a loophole to do it, and I'll tell you why and why it's important. We all agree that money talks in this business, and if you're losing the company money, it doesn't look good. So here's a stat, and this is from Forbes, okay, Forbes.com. This is a stat that people may not know. So according to Forbes.com, women have 70 to 80% of all consumer purchasing. They drive that number basically. It's all based on a woman. 70 to 80% of all consumer purchasing through a combination of their buying power and influences. Influence means that even when a woman isn't paying for something herself, the decision being made is influenced by what she thinks of the purchase. So what I'm saying is, if you don't suspend him, all that money and different things we did to drive up the women fan base, a lot of it, they may look at this and not be happy, and that may equate to sales or revenue dropping. I'm not giving an exact number, but I'm going to tell you it goes hand in hand. The NFL has something to lose when it comes to making a decision on Deshaun Watson. That's my case. So that's my take, my opinion.
No women take Deshaun Watson's side of this argument.
Say that again.
I'm about to say that.
That's assuming that 100% of all women doesn't see it.
It doesn't matter if it's 50% or 75% or whatever. There's still money lost. That's what I'm trying to say.
Could easily be made up in other avenues, but that's.
I mean, were they going to gain money with Brissett at quarterback? I mean, I get what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that by not okay. I was on a Twitter space with dude. Let me just tell you this: when they traded for Deshaun Watson, I was in a Twitter space with the Cleveland media and different women's groups in the Cleveland area, and I'm going to tell you right now, dude, it sounded like a funeral. People were pissed, upset, irritable. Like it
winning
really
cures
affects
everything until they start winning. Yeah, that all go away. Just like Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh when he won the Super Bowl after his allegations.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell that to the women's groups that
after that one.
All right, Ali. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man.
No problem. Have a good night, man. Have a good night.
You too.
Good day.
All right, Dolphins. I got Eric, my brother from another mother, up here. Take yourself off mute, Eric. You look like you're chilling in the sun, my guy.
A little bit.
Where are you at? Are you on a cruise?
Yes, sir.
Where are you at? Are you in Florida?
No, I'm in Puerto Rico right now.
Puerto Rico. Hey!
Yeah. Puerto Rico today, Dominican Republic tomorrow, and then Turks and Caicos on
I think I took
Thursday.
that cruise.
Eric, you over here living the life, son. You over here living that life. So who's with you? The whole fam with you?
Yeah, my wife, my son, and a bunch of her side. There's 11 of us.
So basically what you're saying is you listened to the morning show this morning because you just needed to get away and you wanted to hear some craziness, some nonsense.
We were just got back from walking on the island, so I came to the bar, grabbed a seat. I was looking at my phone and I see your mug being live. So I was like, let me jump in and say, oh shit.
Swear jar.
All right, there we go. My bad. I had my camera at my house just went off and I went to clear it and I clicked on it on accident. There you go.
You have better cell service than Cameron had in Florida.
Can I reverse the camera?
I don't know if you can. You just got to show me. Is that Jackson? What up, Jackson? What up, buddy?
They got a bathing suit.
Is that a dolphin bathing suit? Let's go. Rocking the Dolphins out here in Puerto Rico. Did you have anything you wanted to say about this craziness that we've been talking about this morning?
No, I log on to hearing women's consumer reports and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, I thought this was a Dolphins morning show, not talk radio AM.
This is WCBM Radio Talk. This is your host, Stephen Daniels. Today's Women's Consumer Report brought to you by Ali.
So it wasn't like you were frozen to start, and then all of a sudden it picked up, and it was like, oh, 50% of all women consumers. I was like, what did I just turn into? That's why I just put myself on mute.
You thought you had
for
the
a
wrong
minute.
channel, son. You were like, what is going on
I was
here?
like, damn, was the Dolphins talk not working out for Steven? We've switched it over to AM politic talk.
Bro, I got to do what I got to do, man. It's the off season, bruh. Everything's game. Everything's game.
Nah, I just jumped on to show you love, tell you I love you, and I'll see you week
too,
one,
buddy.
right?
Yeah, you will see. Matter of fact, we need to talk about that because I think I'm crashing with you. I hope I can. I don't know.
Crashing where?
With
In
you.
my house?
No, with you.
I have a house.
Week one. Yeah, I know. You run at a place, right?
Yeah, in Hollywood.
So I'm hanging with you, right? You got a bed for me, right?
I don't have a bed for you. I don't even have a bed for Brad.
All right, so I'm sleeping with you then. We're gonna do nose to feet.
That's not gonna work for me. It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
That's a no. That's a no for me. All right, I love you, brother. I'll talk to you when you get back.
I'll be back on Saturday, but then I'm going to Disney for a week, so then I'll hit you up after that.
What you over? Did you win the lottery? Do I not know something? Let me know.
I'll hit you up when I get back. Just wanted to jump on, tell you guys I love you all. Fins up. Training week in what? 2.5 weeks?
2.5
training
weeks.
camp?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. I'll talk to you.
Let's go. Love you, brother. Be good.
Later. I love you.
I love it. I love it. Good people right there, Eric. Y'all need to go follow him. He's the VP of the president. He's the VP of the Dolphins fan club of Southern New England. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. He's one of my best friends. Love that guy. All right. Who's next? Final thoughts of the day. Nobody? Nobody wants to go? All right. Then I'm choosing. I'm going Q. Q next. Final thought of the day.
Let's leave this foolishness alone and talk about training camp and who all's going to training camp, because I like to meet some of you good people. So that's all I got.
Be on the Cameron. Like I said, Cameron's going to be there. I know Cameron will. I believe TD said he might go for
last year. I saw TD there when I was there last year.
Solo will be there for a few. Dolphreaky will be there for a few. I'm not sure who else, but yeah, I'm not going down for that. Bro, I live in Maryland. I'm sitting here looking at air flights right now, trying to figure out, about these games and everything, but there is a sale. Southwest does have a sale right now. Pretty good.
Greyhound in the sky.
Hey, bro, you talk all you want. You get 2 free bags. I'm able to get all my computer stuff and everything into one bag. And you talk about Southwest all you want. I'll be real with you. Knock on wood. I feel bad. I don't want to jinx myself, but bro, I've had some really great experiences with Southwest. I'm good with Southwest. Bags fly free. That's all I know. So, all right, Q, be easy, man.
All right, man.
All right, bro. All right, final thought of the day. We will go with crypto. Final thought of the day.
Good show, Stephen D. All the madness. Can you hear me?
Yep, I sure can. I sure can hear you.
All the madness of the offseason continues. The NFL is not a standard bearer for moral behavior or bedroom behavior if it's consensual. If it's non-consensual, then yes. But if it's consensual, they're not the standard bearer. They're not the beacon of light when it comes to setting an example on who behaves well in the bedroom. So that's all I have to say about the Deshaun Watson situation. All suspension starts with Robert Kraft, if there's going to be any suspensions. So that goes with that one. And as far as the quarterback situation on starting 2-0 or 17-0, I say, listen, I coined the first game the death spiral game. If we win it, we go on to 12-5. If we lose it, we go to 5-12. So everything hinges on week one. So, and to Color's point, on if we lose that game, it will be a infamous 9/11 conspiracy that keep us out of the victory column. So that will perpetuate into losing the Christmas Day game, every other important game, the Flores game, every other game. So those conspiracies will also continue further into the season, since we lost the first game, to go on to lose 12 more games or 11 extra games, because the referees in the conspiracy side is going to find a way to keep us out of that game, to keep the Cutler conspiracy going. That will not only be in the 9/11 game, that will go on to the Christmas Day game and other games throughout the season. So we can't lose it on week 1. If we win it, we're in good hands. If we lose it, we're in trouble.
Win it. Sorry, go ahead. Yep. Look, I ain't mad at you. I get you. All I do is win, no matter what. That's all I want to be playing the first 5 weeks. DJ Khaled, another one.
I promise you, even though I have us winning the game, but I have us also going 4 straight to our infamous choke game will be the Jet game. We will lose our first game to the New York Jets, just like I said we will lose our first game to the Jaguars. But we did lose to the Jaguars, and everybody creamed me for that one. I was the only one in Dolphin land to say we will lose to Jacksonville, and we did. So we have at least one guaranteed Jacksonville-style game in our season, and that will be the New York Jets.
I actually disagree with you on that, bro. I think that I disagree with you on that. I think that the Dolphins are like, they're going to win games they're supposed to win this year, and they're going to win games they're not. Like I don't see trap games in our future, is what I'm trying to say.
I understand that, Stephen, but that's been our mantra for the last 30 years.
I understand that, but the whole point, and my thing is part of the reason that I believe in this team is I think that some of the things that we've done in the past, we're not going to do this.
Stephen, we can still have a trap game and still have a winning record.
That's true. I get that.
The New England Patriots was going 14-2 and 13-3. You know, one of those 2 losses were against us. Was true. We happened to be trashed throughout their season. It didn't stop you from going to Super Bowl or winning, having a winning season. So good teams still have bad losses. It's just the nature of the game.
So look, the first 5 games are tough, right? And then the West Coast trip kind of scares me a little bit, right? Because we've just historically, with the exception of a couple of games against San Diego or the Chargers, have played pretty bad on the West Coast.
Yeah, Buffalo had a bad game last year against Jacksonville. They were still picked to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so it happens. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Every super team has one bad, ugly loss.
I'm excited for preseason or training camp and preseason, because then I get to give my record by record prediction. Yeah, and I'm not going to do that till like.
It's not because I'm saying we lose to the Jets. I'm saying we're still going to be 12-5. We just don't have a bad game, I guess.
I'm gonna wait till after the second preseason game to give my record by record prediction. But it's 11, 12, or 13 wins. I just don't know how many. I believe,
And do you know which ones or how they're going to come throughout the season? You got an idea?
I'd be lying to you if I haven't said, hey, look, I went through it and I did a win-loss and this is what it was. I'm not going to say anything yet, but I also feel that part of how I feel about this team is how do they work through adversity? And I think I will, I don't think I'll know that through training camp or preseason, but I think I'll have a better idea of what this team might look like a little bit. And so here's what I'll say. I'm going to give a preseason prediction, but I'm going to put it with the caveat that I reserve the right to change it after the first month of the year.
After the first month, the first 4 games, or the first 5? Okay.
First 4 games, first 5, right? Like I feel like, because then we'll have a real idea of how.
So we're 2
and everybody's going to be like, that's so stupid, Steven. Like, no, you think McDaniel's going to show us anything in preseason?
No,
he's not.
Well, but Steven, they was crying about a little bit of the playbook leaking in the OTA.
Okay, but even if you can have 100 plays in a playbook, that doesn't mean that you're going to run all 100 plays. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? There's no reason to cry over a leaked playbook or a scrimmage in the preseason or whatever in the offseason.
And the other, and look, this is Flip Floppers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. I reserve the right to change my mind at any point in time. No, look, I'm going to give, after the second week of preseason, I'll give my win-loss prediction.
Right.
And after the first month of the year, I will tell you, you know what, I feel very confident about it, or I'm not that confident about it. And I don't think there's anything wrong by saying that, you know? Because we're going to know.
Well,
we're going to know after the first 4 weeks how good
quarter.
this team is or isn't.
We'll know.
We're going to know.
Should know about week 5, going into the week 5 game. We should
go. I 100% agree with that. We will know by week 5 how good this team is.
We play against enough different teams and different play styles to cover the whole gambit on what to expect the rest of the season.
And by the way, I'll put this out there now. After the first 5, Miami goes on a run. I think they win like 6 or 7 in a row, looking at the thing. And that includes the West Coast trip that I'm a little skeptical about because I'm like, this is a different team.
The Chargers and
if I use that mindset, I got to feel that. Actually, I think one of those might actually be the first loss. See, I don't want to go into it. So I actually no. I'm going to say that one of those I think we might lose. But
so you're saying we split those 2 games? We could split them.
We could split them. That's tough to go on the West Coast for 2 weeks and then win both times against 2 teams that are arguably both playoff bound. Like, they're good teams. They're not trash.
Yeah, at least on paper. But remember, didn't we do that last season? Well, I mean, in 2020?
Yeah.
We beat
2020 is a big difference between now and this year.
Yeah,
both those teams are different.
Yeah, we beat 2 West Coast teams back to back, didn't we? San Fran and LA.
Yeah. But, again, I believe that the Miami Dolphins, we're going to be all right this year, y'all. I'm just letting you know we going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Yes. Trust me. That's what's going to happen.
Yes. We're going to be all right because Jacoby Brissett is not a quarterback. I don't know what that.
God, I don't know what GG was talking about, but man, he over here talking about because Deshaun Watson is in the same. Hold on, let me finish. Because Deshaun Watson is in the same room as Jacoby Brissett, that his talent is going to rub off a little bit on Jacoby, and Jacoby is going to take us to the promised land. No, that's not a thing. That's not real.
If they win with Brissett, that would mean the fancy.
I'll tell you what, if they win with Jacoby,
that means that coach is coach of the year, not that coach of the decade. If he put together a winning season with him at the helm, yeah.
If Jacoby plays a whole year really and they make the playoffs,
yeah,
bro, it will make me very sad. And I don't know what to say, but I'll think of something. I'm not going to stop doing podcasting, but man, my credibility will. What? Yeah, no, that ain't never going to happen. So
they would be the Ravens with Trent Dilfer, basically. That's the kind of dominance on the other side of the ball they would need to compensate for that.
All right, bro, let me get you off. You did final thought. We out here had a whole conversation. I love you, brother. Be good, man.
Yeah, peace up, Cullen Lewis. Peace out, man.
All right, good, bro.
Yep.
All righty. Let's go.
I'll go, Steven.
All right, Lewis.
I just wanted to come. You seen I was on mute this whole time. I just wanted to say that I was part of this nonsense show that you had this morning.
I know.
You guys,
you got people like Level 2 Noob and Aldravius talking about, I ain't never going to listen to another panel show again because y'all were outrageous. Y'all are over here losing 2 loyal listeners.
Man,
y'all some outrageous takes.
Steven, you touched it all. Where you had a panel that touched it all. We had 4 bets that none of them came to a conclusion. We had Ollie talking about had Ollie talking about women's rights and what their percentages is of what they're buying in the NFL. We had Gigi out here talking about Deshaun Watson's playing mind tricks with Jacoby Brissett. Like this has been ridiculous right here.
CB83 said, "Don't forget to talk about how Cat walked back on that bet."
I got you, CB83. Hey, listen, I'm not going to put no names on it. I'm just saying the bet changed 4 times. That's what I'll say. But
I love Cat for Life, just for the record.
That's my guy, man. I love Cat for Life, man. That's my guy. And CB83, get in contact with me somehow, somewhere. I need one of those shirts, homie. But yeah, Steven, great show. I was sleeping a little bit and kind of woke me up with all the nonsense. But
it was crazy.
Bro, I just wanted to come out here and show my love for the show. You know, show my love for all you guys that come up here because. Again, it's not easy to come up. The one thing I would say, it's not easy to come up here and throw crazy takes around. So everybody that does that,
I mean, apparently you ask Andrevius, it is. It's easy to come up here and throw out craziness.
Well, I'm not talking about Andrevius, man. That I think you broke the rule. There was a show last week. I think Andrevius threw me out 3 times. I didn't know that.
No, so all right. So let me clarify the rule one time, okay? If somebody pays, so if let's use this as an example. If Andrevius throws you out,
right?
You can get thrown up by Andrevius 50 million times. But if you pay to come back on Andrevius's 10-minute timeout, then Andrevius can no longer throw you
okay.
out.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
So you can get thrown out 50 times by the same person. But if any one of those times you double to come back, that person can no longer 10-minute timeout you or whatever that person did, right? So if they did a $50 day bet or a day ban and you did $100, that person can't walk in turn, go back around and do another $50 to get you back out again for the day.
I got you.
But somebody else could. Somebody else could. So,
I got you.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's fair. I think that's fair, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Listen, I'm not. If someone throws me out, I take it as a term of endurance. You ain't getting no money from me. I ain't paying to come back. I'll just wait my 10 minutes. Yeah.
Andrevius says, Steven, I swear the only thing keep me from abandoning your show forever is my love for you. Because these idiots make this so cringe.
Hey, I didn't say nothing, Andrevius. I haven't. Hey, I don't even want to say the guy's name, man. He comes after me. I'm good with Andrevius.
Andrevius, we don't at level 2 new. We want no smoke from you guys. We're scared.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good. But hey, listen, I'm gonna get off. I ain't got nothing to say, but I seen Alexander make a comment in the comment section. So,
Alex is in the back room. Should I bring him on real quick?
I mean, if you want to, just so I could tell him, you know.
Go ahead. He's here. What's up, Alex?
Alexander, like, you know, that's a tough situation.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
I'll let you speak on it more, but I just want to send my condolences out to you and the fam. Again, we come out here and we always, you know, kind of go at you a little bit, and it's nothing, never personal. It's always just
it's all fun. It's all love.
You know, you're right. You're a brother of ours, bro, and at least that's how I look at you from my perspective. So again, fam, just keep your heads up.
I appreciate
everything's good with the fam, man. So. All right, I love y'all boys. Hey,
I appreciate
it.
Man. She took a final breath this morning.
Right. Yeah,
well, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here too before Alex speaks.
Oh, hey, no, Color, I want you last because I got to talk to you real quick. I want you last. Go ahead.
Again,
I want to let Alex go real quick.
Real quick, I will be back tomorrow though for Wildin' Out Wednesday. I will
Wildin'
be here
Out
early.
Wednesday.
I will be here, but I love you guys, man. Later.
I love you too. All right, real quick, Alex, man. I don't mean
appreciate it, Lewis.
You know, I just
no. I know. I appreciate everybody, you know, sharing the love for me, you know, my family. You know that she took her final breath this morning. You know, she officially passed away of cancer, and I appreciate everybody. But on a brighter note, you know, Ep said he has us at 1-0-4, the first 4 games. I mean, that's his opinion. You know, I'm not going to rag on him for his opinion, but I think he's wrong on that. I still think we're a playoff-bound team and we're going to win the division. That's just my opinion. But Steven, I'll let you go in color. You know, appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day. And Steven, man, God bless you and your family, bro. And just hug those kids tight, man. You never know what day could be your last, bro. Just take every moment for granted.
I got you, man. I appreciate it, brother. I love you, and I hope
Later,
everything.
Guys. Love you too.
My condolences for your family, man. Love you. Be good.
Appreciate it.
Alex.
And then there was one Color. So let me tell you why I brought you on as final thought of the day. I brought you on, Color, as final thought of the day because, Color, you're the only one that seems to have any sense around here these days. I don't know what it is with these other people, but it's blasphemous, Color. When you're the one that's making sense, come on now, Color. You know. Now you know. I'm just messing, Color. Final thought of the day, brother.
So yeah, that being said, first of all, I want to clear the air. Neither you or I said that Patrick Mahomes was going to be trash. We're just saying that if you take out Tyreek and you put in Juju, there's going to be some production loss. There has to be. But okay, that being said, look, our offensive production was dismal last year. We still went 9-8. We've improved on paper. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it translates to the field. If it does, then we've got to get those extra wins somewhere. And I just think that, like I said, regression to the mean actually means like a 4-1 start. So I don't see it out of the realm of possibility that we actually start strong. And if there is some kind of collapse or faltering or we're not the team we thought we were or whatever, that's going to happen towards the middle to the end of the year and not the beginning. I don't think we can suffer another 1-4 start.
I would agree with that. I don't think that we can suffer another 1-4 start. I think that there's no way that we can survive another 1-4 start. It can't happen.
I mean, with our defense and what we've brought in on offense, we should bludgeon people into 5 wins to start.
You're not. Look. It's a matter of what's the word I want to say, man? I'm at a loss. What's realistic, right? Like, what is realistic for this team? But I don't think we're gonna know. Like, I'm gonna give my prediction after the end of the second preseason game of what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm honest with myself, I have no idea what this team's truly going to be till after the first 4 or 5 weeks. There's no way. We're not going to know. Because he's not going to release anything. He's going to keep things secret. There's going to be things we haven't seen. And I don't think we're even going to see a true glimpse of what the offense will look like in preseason. I just don't. We're going to make a big deal, Color, about preseason games, right? Because there's nothing else to talk about, right?
Right.
And we're going to make a big deal about them. But the reality is, what is that offense in preseason going to look like compared to what's out on the field during the season?
Well, the only thing you can really garner...
It's going to be night and day. It's going to be night and day.
Yeah, and the only thing you can really garner from preseason, given that everything is vanilla, is really, look, if you're talking about the first game where both teams, starting teams are on the field, and your offense blows through their defense, the defense has an advantage in the preseason because, everything's reactive anyway. So,
correct.
But if you got an offense where it's like bowling right over people, what you can take from it is your physicality. Can you beat people in the trenches? Can you beat people at the line of scrimmage? Are you faster than the other guy? That's all you're really going to be able to see in the preseason.
That's it. Nothing else to it than that, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to see how are we going to overcome the fact that we might be slower than that guy, or how are we going to take advantage of the fact we're faster than that guy. We're not going to see any of that in the preseason.
At all. I'm glad you said it because it needed to be said. As a great man once said, it needed to be said. All right, man. I love you, brother. Thank you for coming on. I do want to let everybody know before Color goes tonight. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wait to make that announcement because I haven't gotten the confirmation yet. But tonight, no matter what, I do want you all to tune in to Dolphins tonight at 9 p.m. The Spanish-speaking podcast. Look, I'll say it. I might be up there tonight as the guest. Just waiting to hear a confirmation on that. But I don't speak Spanish, so it'll be in English if I'm up there. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that tonight with the guys, Chochos, Paris, and hopefully Armando. Armand. That's why I don't know if I'm going to be on tonight because I want to go when all three of them are able to come on. So shout out to all three of those guys. They're absolutely amazing. Shout out to them. Tuesday night, 9 p.m., right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Let's go. Color, promote your show, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
So, well, tonight I'll be co-hosting Tonk 7 on TMI tonight at the Fins Tailgate, and usually you can find me Thursday nights on color commentary on the Fins Tailgate, and just about every other night, and all around these places too. I'm always here for you in the morning as well. So,
I love you, brother. I'm glad you're here, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Better, and I will talk to you tomorrow's Wildin' Out Wednesday. It's going to be a show tomorrow.
I know, right?
It's going to be a show tomorrow.
I'm ready for it. Y'all have a good one. Like and share this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And Give Stephen D money. He deserves it.
I appreciate it, Color. Have a good one, brother. Be easy. All right. Oh, man, we almost got through the show without a bot. And I have subscribers on, so that means that bot subscribed. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. I'm your host, Stephen D. Hope you all enjoyed today's morning. Just so you all know, we were $20 away from goal today. Can we get that last $20 in? If anybody donates that last $20 here in the last couple of minutes to bring us over to the goal for the day, I will add that as a 2 10-minute timeout credit for tomorrow's show. So if anybody donates that last $20 to get us over the hump for the day, you will have 2 credits for 10-minute timeouts tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. Okay? Guys, enjoy everything. I hope you all enjoyed the show today. Please go hit the like button and follow me on social media. I'm trying to build up my social media. I need y'all's help. So if you can and you haven't done so already, please go follow me on Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Okay? Go follow me. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those 3. Big deal. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. At Stephen D. SKPL. At Stephen D. SKPL. Go follow me, please. Hit me up there. Okay? I love y'all. Y'all are great. And I will see y'all tomorrow right here on the #1 Miami fan morning show. I'm talking about Clock Blockers. Right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.